What's up, guys? This is another episode of 3 Hacks in a Movie. I'm Emilio.
I'm Bentley.
And I'm RJ.
And this week's pick was none of our pick, actually. This was a unanimous decision.
This movie picked us.
Yeah.
That's what really happened.
It was picked by an old lady in a terrible wig.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little lock of her hair.
We were
and
chosen.
Terrible wig.
Terrible.
She weaponized us.
Honestly, that line I thought was kind of funny. I couldn't take it seriously. But yeah, so today it's one of our rare events where we actually went to go watch a movie in the theaters together to talk about. We haven't done this since Friendship, right? That's probably a little...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a podcast for Friendship.
Yeah.
That was the only one we did.
Okay, yeah, but that was already a few months ago at this point.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah. So this time we picked weapons.
Zach Cregger's weapons.
Yeah, Zach Cregger's weapons.
Mm-hmm. Who apparently we were just talking about did a movie with Trevor Moore, some comedy.
Well, he's one of the whitest kids you know.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which one? Okay.
He's like, I don't know how to describe him, honestly. Like, Trevor's the most, like, the one that stands out the most.
Right, he's pretty much number 2 next to to Trevor Moore.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah. That's
He's 44?
Yeah.
Jesus, okay.
Yeah, he made
Zach.
a very interesting psychological horror movie. And so, like that wasn't very
psychological
comedic.
horror?
Kind of, I would say.
yeah.
For sure.
It's a mystery horror apparently. But
Yeah.
it's definitely like a mystery film because it's like
yeah.
kind of like what the fuck is happening, and it's all about unraveling everything that happened, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I would list this as psychological horror, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. That's kind of not really the vibes I got from it, except for like a couple moments, which I still don't fully understand, or I don't know if it's I don't understand, or I just don't think it makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. This is just kind of like more like a straight up horror movie, and like it's a like mystery. There's like a huge what's causing this, who did this kind of aspect to it. But
the movie opens up with it, and that's actually a pretty great opening for the movie. They just like fully jump into.
Oh, wait, are you talking about like the narration?
It's this little girl narrating the story of like what happened in their town.
Yeah, who's that supposed to be, by the way? I don't fully understand that.
I don't know. Maybe it's just some random girl like telling the story. Because I know like one of the first things she said is like you won't hear about it in like the media or like the newspapers and all this other stuff. Like, so I'm gonna tell it to you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know I don't know what it could have been.
Yeah. So we know this is later.
And one of the last things she says in the movie is that they started to talk again, like after all the trauma happened.
Right. Yeah.
So like maybe it could have been one of the kids. Because that was like the last line of the movie, pretty much.
Yeah.
So. Could have been. Wow.
Yeah, because I remember at the credits, I was looking at the credits, and it actually listed the narrator, like who it was, but I think it just says narrator. So
yeah,
like, okay.
Scarlett Cher.
Yeah.
As in child narrator of the film. No idea who that is.
Yeah.
So.
And that's all she's kind of listed as. Yeah. So I have no idea. Anyways. So yeah, Zach Cregger, as we briefly mentioned earlier, kind of got his rise to fame a little bit from the whitest kids, an all white, comedy troupe, sketch comedy troupe. It was on the IFC channel, right?
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah, the show.
It was one of the
show was.
channels. Yeah, the show.
I'm pretty sure they did a bunch of other stuff beforehand too, like I don't know, theater work or touring or whatever.
Yeah, I think they were all like YouTubers, like very early YouTube kind of days. Like,
I have no idea.
But
yeah, definitely IFC.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, it was IFC, which at the time, I mean, wasn't really known for any original content, so it was kind of cool to see. But yeah, so he did that. Then he did Miss March, which I didn't know he directed. I just thought he starred in it.
Yeah, he and Trevor Moore wrote it. Trevor Moore, also from Whitest Kids You Know.
Yeah. R.I.P. Yeah. Damn, how long has it been now since he's passed away?
Like 3 or 4 years.
It was like the anniversary, like a week ago of his death. I want to say, but yeah.
Yeah, so, and then more recently he's known for Barbarian that just came out a few years ago.
Right.
I didn't hear about that one.
You didn't see Barbarian?
No.
With Justin Long?
No.
And,
It's about a barbarian?
Bill Skarsgård. Wait, Bill? Yeah, Bill Skarsgård.
It's about like an actual IRL barbarian in real life.
I don't know. It's kind of weird, honestly. I don't even know why it's called Barbarian still, technically. I only watched it the one time, but yeah. But it was another horror movie, and that was definitely more like monster horror than anything.
Right. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a weird body horror in a way. It's not like body morphine or like body, like.
It's just a very disturbing body. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's close to like monster film, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely more like a creature film. Yeah.
Creature, there you go.
Yeah. But it was me and RJ have mixed reviews about it, where I kind of thought the movie was like okay, and I was kind of like feigning interest towards the end, and then the last 10 minutes happened, and I was like, whoa, okay, let's fucking go. And then I ended up liking the movie just because of the last 10 minutes, where RJ was more.
It's the same feeling going up until the ending, and then the last 10 minutes, I was like, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought it was kind of funny because I was like, damn, like I love the last movie. Like I didn't care for it. I was like, okay. Whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to give it a rewatch before this came out, just because I don't know. It's been a couple years because we watched that movie like right after it came out. I want to say, or like right when they put it on streaming.
Yeah, like basically as soon as it came out on streaming. I think 2022 is when it came out.
Emilio. Yeah. Am I closer?
Oh, yeah, 2022 is when it came out. It is on Netflix. Well, it's on Netflix. So if we ever want to watch it again. But yeah, that was So. It's been a few years, obviously. This is his next big thing, Weapons, which he wrote and directed. So Zach Cregger, I mean, there's really good reviews for it, so he's kind of on a roll right now, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. Which is cool though. I'm glad they're kind of like giving dudes like him a chance, and he's kind of showing it that he can make a good movie, especially a horror movie.
Why are comedy guys like dominating the horror genre right now?
That's a good question, man. Honestly, I was kind of wondering that.
Yeah, I know for sure him, and then Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele's like the biggest example of
started
that.
off in comedy. I thought there was another person. I just can't think of him right now. But
it's because they're so good at manipulating emotions. You know, like comedy, you're manipulating like someone's funny bone or whatever. You're trying to make them laugh, and in horror, you're manipulating their fear, basically trying to make them scared.
Okay, I don't know what's that.
Did you get the mic closer to you, bro? You sound like you're.
And I was gonna just try to like lean it more towards this. There we go. That'll probably be easier. Yeah, man. So, all right, Weapons. We just saw it literally like 30 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. What did you guys think of it?
I really liked it. Yeah, I actually really, really, really liked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you get a physical copy of this movie?
Probably.
And it still lands on a probably. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. All right. What about you, Bentley?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I would, but just like, would I buy it like right away? I don't know. Because now with everything being on like immediately going to streaming, like I'll have a chance to watch it again really soon.
Yeah.
About the time that it actually comes out on like a physical release, I'll already have like a chance to watch it on streaming. I'm sure of it. So it's like I'm not like too worried about that. But is it something I want to add to my collection in the future? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Fair enough. What about you, Bentley? What do you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was like it had the potential. It has the potential to be a modern classic.
Oh wow. Okay.
Modern classic horror movie. It's very entertaining to watch all the way through. I feel like the director does a great job at just keeping the interest of the mystery going, of like what the fuck happened to these damn kids, you know?
17 kids, right? 17 kids go missing at 2:17 in the morning.
It's like an interesting premise, you know? Like it's just a wild, bizarre, crazy premise.
Yeah.
And at first, everyone deals with it realistically, but then shit just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah.
As it goes on.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, like this isn't even sort of normal what happened to these kids, so it's like you know that there's something kind of unexplainable that caused all this. And so when we do get the explanation, I was happy with it. I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah. And I'm also glad that they didn't go super into depth in it, because I feel like that's when they ruin kind of shit, is when they like really try to explain how all this shit works.
Yeah,
I was like, no, you don't got to do all that, bro. Like,
I was just about to say that. Yeah, because like, kind of spoiler, not spoiler, but I mean, we're gonna explain it all
this is a spoiler podcast. Like, do not listen to this if you haven't seen the movie.
But it's a woman using like some type of like witchcraft or like black magic.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain it.
She's a witch, bro.
Dude,
she's a witch.
Yeah, dude, it's
that's
straight up
mad,
like it's straight up like witchcraft, almost like voodoo. Honestly, it's like what we would call voodoo. Yeah, for sure.
And that's what's like causing these disappearances and these like weird attacks. These people are
the people start acting just like insane. Basically.
Yeah.
Because Aunt Glenda comes into town.
Yeah.
Gladys.
That's
Glenda.
it. Gladys.
Yeah.
So to synopsisize this movie really quick, basically one night at 2:17 in the morning, 17 kids run out of their home into kind of like the woods or into a direction that no one can really follow, and they all belong to the same classroom. So 17 of the 18 kids go missing. And because they all belong to the same classroom, the teachers start like blaming the parents start blaming the teacher. And it goes into this whole mystery about what happened to the kids and how one parent and the teacher kind of take the matters into their own hands to try to figure out what happened.
Right.
Yeah. Because there was really like no explanation to anything. Like no one there's no way all these kids got up at 2:17 in the morning at the same time without communicating with each other. And so, there's some really freaky deaky stuff going on. And then obviously everyone's kind of like looking at the kid too, because it's like, why is this the one kid who didn't get affected, right? Yeah, which is kind of insane.
He's like super quiet, standoffish.
Yeah,
like,
we learned later that he was bullied, or that he was kind of getting bullied by certain other kids in the class.
Specifically by Josh Brolin.
By the dad, who's like, the dad who's mostly going out the deep end trying to figure everything out. Turns out that his kid is the fucking bully, kind of like torturing.
I thought that was wild.
Yeah. That was a nice little like kind of like loop around. You know? I was like, oh shit. I was like, of course it's this fucking kid. Yeah. But yeah, it's a wild movie, man, for sure. I will say I thought the pacing was fantastic. And just the storytelling in general, like the way that we got so many different perspectives of what was going on in the town, like right after the disappearance and even kind of during the disappearance, was I thought the mechanics of the storytelling was awesome. I love the way he split up the story into, I don't know, like 5 different perspectives.
It was like
6 different perspectives.
Very episodic,
Yeah, it almost felt like it almost felt like a series, like a mini series that just kind of was all put together at the end.
It was like 6 or 7 different ones, honestly, if you really think about it.
Yeah, because we got Josh Brolin's, we got the teachers, we got Alex, we got the kind of crackhead kid, the cop, and the principal. Yeah,
so that's
like
at
6. Yeah.
All in like more or less the same moment, like the same time.
Yeah, they all share. Yeah, the only one that we got kind of before was Alex's perspective,
right?
Like, because he was obviously there since the beginning. But
the kid,
the kid, Alex, the one who didn't go missing. But yeah, man, I really like the way he rolled out the story, because I feel like, not that it can get messy, but sometimes I feel when they try to do too many different perspectives, it can kind of lose sight, track of things, and you start showing us unnecessary things. But I thought it was pretty concise. I didn't think I was very like confused at any moment, and I think that method of storytelling really just kept me intrigued the whole time. Because the way like it just boom cuts off, and then we see like the title screen to the next character, and I'm like, oh shit, okay. Yeah. Especially when they cut off from I think it was Josh Brolin. Like, we got his, and then it just cut, and then we see Marcus, the principal, I think, which he literally was just attacking Josh Brolin and Julia Garner's character.
Right.
So
a lot of them, it was like a connection to the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was like they were just interacting or in some sort of way almost. I feel like.
Okay,
I feel like-
so, yeah, kind of. Except for the crackhead kid. I think his name's like Morgan. I don't know why I want to call him Morgan. I feel like that's wrong, but
It was.
It's Bob.
Yeah.
Or Jay. I mean,
Jay. Silent
James.
Oh, hey, you were close.
A homeless drug
Way
addict.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So. Oh,
he's definitely like the crack addict is definitely the comedic relief of the movie. That guy is hilarious. That's like part of my favorite character.
Yeah.
Story that they follow is the crackhead.
Yeah, there was some really funny moments with him for sure, and then kind of. Honestly, the last 5 minutes was also kind of hilarious. I was laughing multiple times in those 5 minutes.
Yeah. He brought the comedy out once it was coming towards the end.
It was just a really dark whitest kids you know sketch, dude. I'm telling you.
It could be seen like that, honestly.
But okay, so let's theorize a little bit. What did you guys think? Did you guys even have like remotely an idea of what was possibly happening with the 17 kids or anything at any point?
I thought it was gonna be something magical because kids don't just walk out like that. So I was like, oh, it's like a magic thing, like movie magic. But
movie magic.
I didn't expect it to be a creepy old hag.
Yeah, bald lady with like. Except she has like 3 weirded braided strands on her head. Dude, Zach Cregger hates old women. That's kind of what I learned. Because if you watch Barbarian, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, this dude hates old women, bro. It's so I don't know if he was molested by one or something. I don't know, but he fucking hates old women. Like, I think he's gonna keep killing them in his movies. Honestly, they're somehow gonna be the villains in all his movies. Maybe even because he's doing the Resident Evil movies.
Right.
Yeah. There's gonna be some old lady that's fucking grotesque, and she's gonna get her like fucking skull caved in or something. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I guess that was also the kind of cool thing about the movie in itself was that I had no idea at any point what the fuck was causing any of this, you know? Because it was pretty like, I felt like it was pretty tamed, except for the kind of the dream sequences, I guess, which I still don't even fully understand. Because I was like, okay, now it's going more into the psychological realm of things. Because I'm like, why would these people be hallucinating her? Like the old lady. I kind of didn't think that made any sense, but I don't know if I'm just like reading a little too much into it.
There's this dream where I think Josh Brolin is like imagining an AK-47 above the house.
Bro, yeah, it was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. That was the weirdest. That's kind of the most confusing part of the movie.
Bro, I still don't understand that part, and I actually.
That's why it's called Weapons.
Yeah, when I saw that, like the gun above like the house that he's imagining or whatever that he's dreaming about, I honestly kind of rolled my eyes at it. I was like, what? Or not rolled my eyes. I was like, what the fuck? Like, okay. And then, you know, you see like the clock on the gun. It says 2:17. Because in the dream, he's chasing his son, like that ran out of the house.
Right. Yeah. He wakes up in the middle of the night and like hears his son. Pretty much, it's at 2:17.
It's at 2:17,
and he was seeing his son run out of the house, and he's yelling at him like, "Matthew, stop!" And he's running after him, and
And then he finds him back in the house, and he's like talking to him while he's just lying in bed, but he's not responsive. He's just kind of lying there. And then I think it's like a flash of lightning you see, and he has this like creepy old lady face, and then that's when he wakes up.
Right.
And he's like, "What the fuck?" Which I thought was hilarious. I like that.
The delivery on that.
Yeah, the delivery of the "what the fuck" line was so funny. I loved it.
Yeah, there's some comedic moments like that that happen.
Yeah. So. I mean, I don't know. I was like, we jumped a little bit ahead, but yeah, because the first perspective we get is Miss Gandy, right?
Justine
Gandy.
Yeah.
She's the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of see
played by Julia Garner.
Yep. Which, if anyone at this point, people would either know her from Fantastic Four because she's a Silver Surfer, Ozark, I guess, and then she did that Wolfman movie earlier this year.
Okay.
That didn't do very well, but I know she was in that movie, and she's like the main character too.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, she's a hot ticket right now. It seems like she's getting a lot of work, so good for her.
Yeah, she was good in this, I thought.
Yeah,
She
I liked
played
her a
the
lot.
character she had.
Yeah. Me and RJ know her from
The Americans.
The Americans, and that was really cool. Yeah, she was great in that. Yeah. Very, very weird moments with her, but yeah. So we get her perspective first, and it's mostly her trying to deal with. I mean, just like anyone else, it's just except for fucking the crackhead's character. It's just like, it's just dealing with what happened because it's her class that goes missing, so everyone keeps looking at her, blaming at her.
Like logically, though, right?
Yeah,
like,
I get it.
Did
right?
you tell them to leave?
Yeah,
or like our house at night.
Right.
Like, why are they gone?
Yeah, there's literally only one thing that connects all these students, and it's that teacher.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I get it, right? Yeah, I get it.
So
but
she
this
just
whole,
starts
like,
getting harassed.
Yeah, I love the conference or whatever when it's like the police and the school and all the parents, and they're like, that one mom is just like, she should be locked up until we find out what happened. And I'm like, girl, that is not how the justice system works. Like, that is literally the opposite of what you're supposed to do. But yeah, I get it. Their parents are emotional. Their kid is gone. I get it. But yeah, so we see her perspective first, and you can tell she's not obviously taking this well, because I love how the principal or whatever is just like, I advise you to just go straight home or whatever. Or I think it was a cop actually, like, just go straight home. You don't want them following you. And she goes to a liquor store.
Right.
I love how she like grabs one bottle of vodka, and it's like the gallon fucking bottle too.
Yeah, full handle.
And then she's like kind of looking at another one and just grabs two, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, you know what? I get it. You probably deserve this, honestly.
Yeah. I knew as soon as she was going to that liquor store that she, like, her character, she was going for the vodka, like skinny white bitch. Like, that's what they drink.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Either that or a bunch of seltzers.
right. Bunch of White Claws.
Yeah, a bunch of White Claws.
Yeah, but then later on in the movie, you find out that she has had a history of like
Alcohol abuse.
alcohol. Some problems with alcohol.
She had a DUI.
She had a DUI.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Bro, she was drinking those handles fast. Because I feel like she went back to the liquor store like just a few days after.
Literally like a couple days later, bro. And
Yeah.
she could must really be able to handle her shit too, man. Because, bro, yeah, the fact that she drank that shit in like a day or two and she was fine the next day, dude. Yeah. Which is crazy. And then, yeah, so when she leaves, you see that there's like some kind of truck just like off in the distance, kind of looking, or just, I guess, like pointed in her direction.
She gets a weird, creepy call too, like at the liquor store.
Oh, yeah. We never learned.
It's probably the witch, bro. Or like doing a witchy voice. Or
I thought it
was definitely like a woman's voice. on
yeah,
the
it was
phone.
definitely a woman's voice, but I couldn't tell. I don't think it was the witch's voice because her voice sounded completely different. I thought it was either obviously one of the moms tormenting her,
Probably.
that or the cop's wife. Not that they've done anything yet, but they obviously have a history already, and I'm pretty sure she was aware of it.
Maybe.
So I think it was a cop's wife, to be honest.
Could've been. Yeah,
Yeah. Played by June Diane Raphael, which I'm like, God, dude, I have like the biggest crush on that girl. Or like ever since I first saw her, and I don't even know the first thing I saw her in, I had the biggest crush on her. And I found out that she's married to Paul Scheer, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, I'm like, God damn you. But yeah, she's looking good in this movie.
She looked great in this movie.
Thick, bro. It was crazy. I've never seen her so thick in my life. And I've been watching her on TV for like 15 years probably at this point. But I digress. Sorry, guys.
yeah, not enough hot bitches in the movie, so she delivers.
You what?
There's not enough hot bitches in the movie. So
There's like two.
delivers.
I guess depending how you feel about Julia Gardner's character, but yeah.
or the witch.
Yeah, so she goes home. Some ding-dong ditch happens at her house, and she starts like freaking out over it. I love how she like grabs pepper spray or
Right,
something, and
yeah.
then she's like, "Come out!" and no one's there, and like, okay, but she sees that someone painted witch on her car,
Right.
Yeah, which I love. Like, I get it. She tried to like wash it off the next day, and I'm like, girl, you're not gonna wash that off. I was like, you need to get over that idea. Yeah.
I love the irony of her having witch on her car, but then it's an actual literal witch who's
Yeah.
like causing all the problems.
See, that is they were on the right direction, or like they had the right idea. They were just pointing it in the wrong direction. Yeah,
What if it was the witch who spray painted it? It was like,
dude, I was really trying to figure out. I was like, it's got to be somebody, and then
she did everything in the movie.
later we find out that it's Josh Brolin's character who
Yeah.
did it. Yeah, which because you get his story or his perspective next. And you see that he's kind of been following her around this entire time, thinking, I don't know.
You don't actually see him like painting it though, right?
No,
it's just very hinted at.
He has red paint cans in the back of his truck.
Right. They make a scene of that.
And
where
he was,
Okay.
And he was outside her house when it happened.
Right.
With red paint cans in the back of his truck. Right. Yeah. So Julia, Ms. Gandy, we kind of see her like day to day. She's trying to see Alex. She's concerned about him because, she's like, he's the one kid left, and obviously she thinks he's involved somehow, or he just needs help.
Right. She did. There's one line where she was like, talking to the principal, I think, and she's like, "Oh, we're the only ones left." Like, that's why she wants to talk to him so bad, just because
right.
It's almost like a survivor's thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe
it makes sense, right? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, and she does seem like a very concerned teacher. Like, she loves her students. She does care about them deeply. But yeah, so she's trying to get a hold of Alex, kind of not happening, but almost immediately she goes to a bar and she gets drunk there, or she's drinking there, whatever. And then you see the cop, and you can tell that there's kind of like a history there. There was something going on there, basically.
Can I hug you? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And apparently they're both, I don't know if she's considered an alcoholic, but he's considered an alcoholic, because we learn later that he goes to meetings and stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, yeah, I'll just take a Coke. And then she's like, oh, you're not going to drink with me? Like, nah, because then you know what happens when I drink. And then he wakes up in her bed the next day. So I was like, yeah, okay, we kind of all saw that coming. Yeah, so, yeah, she kind of, I guess that happens. She follows Alex home. He tells her to go away. She starts like peeping around the house, which, dude, I thought it was so funny when she peeps through the window and she sees like two people just there, like sitting on the couch, and she freaks out, jumps up, knocks over, whatever. Dude, I can't believe she looked back inside the house after that. I think any other like sane person would have immediately ran away for whatever reason. Because A, you're about to get caught for trespassing, or B, like, just saw something creepy, whatever. And I was like, I would not look again, dude. I would just leave at that point. Fuck that shit. But yeah, and then we see. Wait, no.
The cop storyline, right?
No, I think it's Josh Brolin's.
Josh the second.
Josh Brolin's character.
Archer Graff.
Archer, there we go. Yeah, we see his story. I like how we get like little hints of stuff. Like, he's sleeping in the son's room. Obviously he misses him dearly. Him and his wife are having a tough time with it, but they're dealing it in different ways. Because when she says like, I'm gonna go to work, she seemed very like upset with him. That, I don't know, she just seemed upset with him. And then I thought he like was just avoiding work in general. I was just like, oh, okay. But then we see that he's still at the construction site or whatever. Yeah.
But then when he shows up at the construction site, I think like the other guy working there is like mentions that he's late or something, like, oh, we've been waiting for you or something like that.
Okay.
And then you learn that he's like fucked up a couple things, Josh Brolin, probably because he's like under a lot of like stress or like.
Yeah, I mean, his kid is missing. Yeah. So. And I don't think we ever really learned like how long it's been since the kids have gone missing to that, because it kind of seems like it just happens. Like right then and there, or like just happened a few days before almost.
I think it says at one point it was like a month or two later, like at least it was at least like a
60
month.
days or something, or
something.
Wait,
Yeah.
did it say that? Oh,
Yeah, it was during the narration, I think, at the beginning.
It was like a radio broadcast maybe that they're listening to.
Well, I remember the radio broadcast mentions the missing kids, but I don't remember it mentioning like a time frame.
No, I think it's during the opening narration, because the little girl was like talking about like, oh, and then they shut down the school for like 2 months or something like that, and then it leads into the whole auditorium scene.
Yeah.
Or like not the conference scene.
Right.
Where they start picking apart the teacher.
Okay. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out, because like obviously we see very like short glimpses of all the police like searching for the kids, and they typically do that for a while until at one point they're like, okay, we like search every square foot of this fucking town basically and haven't found anything. So that's the part where I got kind of not confused, but I was like, oh, I don't know what the fucking time frame is of this anymore. But yeah, so obviously some time has passed. We see Josh Brolin's character Archer, kind of following Miss Gandy around, trying to figure out what's going on. And then his perspective is when we find out that he's the one who painted her truck or her car or whatever. And then he kind of starts, and then this is when he goes into a whole like, I'm gonna figure this shit out myself mode.
Right.
Yeah, because I forgot what his first thing was. He goes in. Is it the telephone pole or the cell tower? And then he goes to the other person's house, the other kid's, one of the other parents' house.
Well, okay, so because he kept watching the tape over, like from the Ring doorbell, like over and over and over again of his kid running out. So he knew like the exact path that he left the house from. And then one day, like during the daylight, he saw the cell tower. So he brought out like a map and started like mapping out, like, oh, if he was like running just straight out, like this was the path he would have taken.
Okay, right.
And then I think after that, that's when he goes to another parent's house to see if he can look at their Ring video and see where their kid was running towards too.
Yeah.
And so then that's when he like maps that one out as well, sees where it intersects, and then like starts investigating there.
Okay, yeah. Which I was kind of. How'd you feel about how the mom was? Because he's just like, hey, I know we don't really know each other, but like, it could really help out a lot if I get to see the footage. And she's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. She's like, I'm just uncomfortable with you watching that. I was like, what?
For all she knows, he could have been behind some, the one behind it. Like everybody's like probably freaked out.
Yeah,
like,
everyone's probably pretty on. Yeah, everyone's definitely on edge about the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking like, damn, bro, like help a brother out. Like, I mean, make him do it outside. You know, I don't care.
I could see her like hesitation to it,
right? Because they probably want to be really private. Like some people might want to be really private after losing a kid or something. You know, not have people coming in looking at footage of them running away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then we get the dad come in, and Josh, I like how Archer's just like outside waiting until he's like, maybe I can talk to the dad, or I can talk to the husband, and that'll be a lot more helpful. Which he was right, because he immediately told him, like, yeah, no, it's cool. I love how his wife is just kind of like staring at him, like, are you fucking serious? Like, you let him into the house? But good thing he did. But yeah, I love that it was played by Justin Long's character, because he was in Barbarian, and Justin Long has a very long history of anytime he's in a horror movie, he gets killed. Yeah. So it's kind of great that he's in this one.
He survived.
Yeah, and he survived. Very, very, very minor role, but he survived. And then the wife, or the mom, was played by Sarah Paxton, which RJ informed me that she's actually married to Zach Cregger. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. That's a nice little like cameo, kind of very Adam Sandler putting his wife in everything kind of thing. But yeah, I haven't seen her do anything in a while. The last thing I remember her was in Sydney White, but great movie, by the way. Yeah, so he starts kind of putting it together like, okay, my son ran in this direction, their daughter ran in this direction, and it seems to be the same direction, basically. Right. And then there's like, if they go straight, they're going to eventually, like this, they're going to cross somewhere around here. Right. Is kind of what he deducted. Which I remember when he did that, I was just like, I felt like a cop should have been able to put that together. Like, I was like, the cops must have looked at every piece of footage and been like, hey, these two kids, or some of these kids ran in the same, or they're all running obviously in one direction. So I don't know why the fuck they couldn't put that together, but whatever. Just a little kind of thing I noticed, or kind of thing that bugged me a little bit, but yeah. And then, so he's like, obviously it's in this area. I don't know what's here. I don't know what to do.
He's just like driving around the area, and then he sees the car that has witch painted on the side of it.
that he painted witch on.
So he follows it into like a gas station. He ends up like approaching Justine as she's pumping gas, and says like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." And she says, "Oh, we have nothing to talk about, whatever." And then out of nowhere, the principal for the school comes running out of like the woods or something, like with his brush. The brush, in the same
And the same
posture or whatever that the other kids were running in, like almost like Naruto style, but not leaning over.
No. Okay. Naruto, you have your hands back.
Right, you have your hands out.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Think of like a kid pretending to be an airplane, kind of, but like more pointed down. I guess is kind of the way to say it.
It was a triangle.
They're a triangle. Oh, the triangle, dude! The fucking triangle.
We've deciphered the clue.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking triangle. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but it was a triangle. So you see him just kind of like, really like darting towards her, and you're like, yo, what the fuck? And then he tackles her and starts like trying to fucking choke her out and shit. Yeah, but you see he has like the craziest look in his face. His like eyes are bulging out.
Yeah,
There's,
and
like,
they're all
fucking
bloody
blood
too.
all over his face. Yeah. And he's not even talking. He's just like just making grunting sounds.
grunting
Like,
almost.
I can't tell if they're bloody or if he looked like a clown or something.
No, I think it was like bloody.
Yeah, I think it was blood too.
I mean, you see what happened to him later on.
Yeah,
in the
how
movie.
he got that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But dude, the way his eyes are bulging was like kind of the scariest part, honestly. I was like, bro, what the fuck? I was like, could your eyes just do that, or is that like some kind of prosthetic? So Archer actually defends her because he's like, yo, what the fuck? And tries to like protect her or whatever. And then, she goes into the store. He keeps chasing her.
Well, that's where it cuts off, actually.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because then we get the Marcus storyline.
Yeah, I think it cuts off like right after Josh Brolin or Archer pulls the principal off of Miss Candy.
You're right. Yeah. So that's where it cuts, and then we get to the Marcus storyline, the principal, which was
No, it didn't go to the principal. The principal was later on. It got, it goes to the cop, Paul. I think. No, or that.
No, because it says Paul assaults James. Oh, yeah, Paul is a cop, yeah.
Yeah.
He discovers a missing children in the same direction. I'm pretty sure it was the... I thought it was Paul. I thought it was the principal, and then it goes into the cop, and then the drug addict. And then it kind of obviously... and then Alex is the final storyline.
I think the principals is a little bit later.
Yeah, I think so too.
But
because I don't remember his
doesn't matter
being, like,
too much.
The second to last, yeah.
Doesn't matter what order they come in because it's all the same timeline.
Okay, it might have been the cop. Okay, but yeah. So then we get Paul's storyline when it was a cop and kind of what he's dealing with, and then you find out a lot about his situation. That's where you find out that like he has a history of alcoholism, like because he was talking to his wife or whatever, and she's like, "Oh, you should go to a meeting." He's like, "I don't need to go to a meeting." You also find out that his father-in-law is the chief of police,
right?
And he fucking obviously works under him. And you kind of see all the shit that he's going through. He's the one who finds James, right?
Yeah, James.
Yeah, James trying to break into the building, and he like chases him down. And I kind of like, I don't want to say like nothing happens, but
like at first he actually seems like kind of a cool cop because he tackles him down to the ground, but then like is very apologetic about it. It's like, "Are you okay? Like, are you sure you're okay?" You know?
Yeah.
And then they get up. So it's like, okay, this is kind of a cool cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't until
he
was like patting him down. And he's like, "You don't got anything that's in your pocket that's gonna like poke me, right? No needles, no nothing like that." And James is like, "No, of course not."
Yeah.
And of course he puts his hand in his pocket to search around and gets poked. And starts freaking out.
And it fucking just socks him.
Yeah, punches him in the face.
Hard,
which is like
rocky punch to the
to the dome.
Which honestly, I kind of get, bro. Because, like, dude, with, like, fentanyl and shit, dude. Like, if that was fucking fent, bro, I'd be freaking the fuck out, too, you know?
I'd be chilling.
I'd be more worried that the dude has, like, fucking hepatitis or AIDS or some shit like that that's going to pass on to me.
Also a major concern. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I've seen fucking videos of cops, like, accidentally like touching fentanyl and they just start fucking like ODing like almost immediately. So it's fucking scary, bro. So I get it. I understand that like in that moment he just went from fucking like concern to pure anger and just fucking socked them in the fucking side of the head. Well, like, yeah, because you could tell he was just so blinded by rage. Like, he looks at his fucking car and you can see the dash cam. He's like, fuck, you know, plugged it in, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But I love how he like makes a deal with James. He's just like, hey man, you okay? Like, all right, just want to make sure you're cool. It's like, look, I messed up. You messed up.
I did you wrong. You did me wrong.
Yeah. I think it's cool to call it even, you know? He's just like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll take it.
But I never want to see you around here again.
Which I thought was kind of like, I get it, but also like, bro, it's like a small town. Like, you think he's just going to like skip town after this?
Right, yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. He seemed like an alright cop, just your typical cop who loves to cheat on his wife and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves to drink and cheat on his wife.
Yeah. But he's also very stupid because he's fucking cheating on his wife, who's the daughter of the chief of police, who's his fucking boss. Like, he's the worst person you could possibly cheat on in this whole fucking town, and he chose to do it. Idiot. Not scared. But yeah. So we get most of his storyline. He goes back to the precinct. He tells his chief what happened, and his chief kind of tells him like, "Look, okay, we can get out of this." He's just like, you know, a month from now, it'll be recorded over. As long as no one files a complaint within the next month, you're good. And he's even concerned about him. He's just like, "Oh, like, did you get your finger checked out?
Mm-hmm.
Go take care of it or whatever." He's like, "All right." And then he goes outside and he sees the fucking drug addict or whatever, and he's like, "God," he's like, "You fucking, like, what the fuck? Like, what did I just tell you?" And he's like, "Oh shit, yeah." And he just starts like running away again. Yeah, and then I think that's when we cut into James. I think the chase kind of cuts right there, and then I think that's when we go into James or Paul. No, not Paul. I mean Marcus.
Marcus, the principal.
Yeah. So then we get the principal storyline.
Yeah, because I think it goes from James into Alex, and Alex is the last one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I definitely know Alex is the last one.
So
yeah, so we get Marcus, and he's kind of he's trying to be like a good principal too, you know, like, even though he's fucking so done with Miss Gandy and all the shit that she's doing, is like, you're fucking creeping on people's houses. You're like calling them, like, you need to leave them alone and blah blah blah. And then he's like, but you know what? I'm gonna do the welfare check or whatever, right? Because that's kind of like, I think he is legally required to do it, but
right.
he's like, it is also the right thing to do. And then, well, I guess shit really kicked off with fucking when Marcus was hunting down Miss Gandy. But then shit really starts escalating when you finally meet Aunt Gladys?
Aunt Gladys,
Aunt Gladys,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a character, like, let's say, like, the least. Just fucking, like, obvious bright orange wig and heavy makeup, and kind of dresses very, like, eclectically, I guess. And
Definitely drawing too much attention to herself, I feel like.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
The way she dresses.
She kind of looked like a clown.
Yeah, clown witch.
Yeah. Clown witch.
So
Where's that horror
the
movie?
principal had called a meeting with
The parents,
Alex's parents, but they didn't arrive, and Aunt Gladys had.
Yeah.
And the principal had pretty much told her, "Oh, this is like a kind of like a legal matter. Like, I need to talk to his guardians." And she says, "Oh, they're indisposed or whatever. They're
She says she's taking care of them.
Consumption. They're dealing with consumption."
Which I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Drinking.
Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that.
I've heard that, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I never heard of that, yeah. I thought she was trying to say congestion, but I was like, no one fucking stays home for that.
It's like an archaic
yeah.
old word that no one would ever use anymore.
I guess it really
Consumption.
kind of adds to how old she is. Like, she's still using terms like under consumption or whatever. Or I don't know what the fuck she said exactly, but
Consumption.
yeah. Yeah, so she's just very
Sketchy right off the bat.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Right off, as soon as
Very
she enters.
very off-putting, yeah. Because she's trying to make sure that, like, well, she does say, like, oh, you can come see them at their house if that makes you feel better or whatever, but she's just like, no, like, they're not going to come in. Like, I'm taking care of them, and they should, like, stay home or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you see her, like, stare at his, like, ribbons or whatever.
Right.
His, like, achievement ribbons or something, and you're kind of like, what the fuck was that about? Like, why is she just staring at that? That's kind of weird. Yeah. And you see, like, Marcus, I felt so bad for Marcus because he seemed to have a pretty good life. Like, he's very happy with his husband, you know, whatever. You see him grocery shopping in the beginning, and they just seem to having a good old
Gay old time.
Yeah,
Gay
gay
old
old time. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so they're having their, like, I love that they do like a Saturday morning cartoon thing almost because it's like it's Saturday. I don't think it's the morning because they're about to eat hot dogs.
Right,
And shit,
yeah.
but
Yeah,
they're like watching TV together. Like I love like the TV dinner tray in the between. Bro, there was like 6 Glizzies on that fucking plate, bro.
3 for each.
Yeah,
I can put down 3 Glizzies easily.
But yeah, so they're like trying to enjoy their Saturday, and then Aunt Glenda?
Gladys.
God damn it.
I started this.
Yeah, I know you did. Aunt Gladys shows up, which you're kind of like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, like, why?
Like, this couldn't wait till Monday or fucking anything? Yeah. So, yeah, and then she tells them, like, oh, yeah, like, you know, they're going to come in on Monday or something like that.
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, yeah.
Just saying some weird bullshit.
Yeah, and then she's like, can I get a water? Or she gives this whole spiel about like, I missed the bus and then I realized I was on the wrong side. So then I had to walk all across town. And I was like, what? So I was like, okay. And bro, dude, Marcus's instincts were fucking on one though. Cause she's like, can I get a glass of water? And it's an old lady, you know, you're like, well, like, why would I not give an old lady a glass of water? But then his husband's like, no, of course, come in. But you know, Marcus like, no, something's not fucking right. Like Marcus was on one, bro. Like he knew exactly like something what the fuck was up. Yeah, and then she comes in and she asks for a bowl of water, not a glass of water, a bowl of water. And
It's just something peculiar I like to do.
yeah, she's like, I don't even question it anymore or whatever. Yeah, and then that's when shit goes from fucking 0 to 100 because we see her little ritual thing.
She breaks out her little stick with a.
It's like a thorn, right? It's like a.
It's
a,
from that plant that she brings in.
Right.
Like
Yeah. So it's like a stem
plant.
with thorns on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's a witch plant.
Yeah, some witch thing.
The witch plants. We need to burn those witch plants, bro. Like it's crazy that we still have those here. Yeah.
But it's wrapped up in one of the ribbons from Marcus's office.
Right. Which he spots immediately.
Yeah,
He's like, are those my ribbons? And then she's like, she looks at him like, don't fucking talk to me. Like, you're like, don't fucking question my intentions. And then fucking whoosh, slices her fucking hand open, and they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Pricks it with a thorn from the stem.
Yeah, but she like slices her hand.
Right.
Like,
More than just prick. She like slices,
she like slices the palm of her hand.
But she uses the stem.
Right. Yeah,
or
exactly. Or she
thorn.
uses the thorn from the And they're like, what the fuck? And then I love how she grabs a pair of scissors and then, or she's like, oh, pass me a rag or whatever. And then cuts a piece of his husband's hair. Right? Yeah.
Which we forgot to mention in the first story, Justine's, she's sleeping in her car, totally wasted, and someone creeps into her car while she's sleeping and snips her hair.
Yeah. Well, she's like doing surveillance on Alex's house.
Yeah.
That was after she.
I love that. I love it because she had a big gulp and you could see her pouring alcohol into it.
Right,
She's just like, yo, I'm going to be here a while.
Yeah.
So I got to get my
drink on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Help pass the time, you know? So, yeah. But, yeah, you're right. I fucking forgot about that part. Good call, Bentley.
There was also a scene earlier on, too, where she's back in the liquor store to buy some more liquor.
Right.
And then she gets attacked from the cop's wife.
Yeah.
She like pours a whole bottle of liquor on her. I thought she was gonna try to like start her off.
Dude, I thought that was the point of it. Yeah. Yeah, June Diane Raphael. Yeah, she's like, did you fuck him? He's like, no, I didn't fuck him. Like, I love how she's trying to say it like she maybe just blew him or something. He's like, I didn't fuck him. Like, it's right, I didn't fuck him. But yeah, she fucking just poured like a whole handle of fucking vodka on her. It's just crazy bitch shit, but you know, whatever. That's her man. I get it. But yeah, so we see, you know, and then we see Gladys start wrapping the hair around the thorn stem thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And bless you.
Thanks.
She just snaps it. Oh no! No. First you hear, I think the bell, right? Like the boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bell. And then
she rings a bell.
Yeah.
And then like puts Marcus in like a weird trance.
That's a good word. Yeah.
And then she snaps the little branch, the stem thing, whatever, and it makes Marcus turn into like I don't know, psychopathic killer.
Yeah.
Only
wanting to kill.
She weaponized him.
Yeah.
And just starts headbutting his husband like until you just hear like melons crushing sounds.
Yeah, he
it's
just keeps going to like well after he's dead. He keeps like smashing his fucking skull and just like, and then that's when you see Gladys rap.
But then she drops it in the bowl and then the bowl of water, and that like stops the
he stops
attacking or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Turns off the weapon.
Yeah, but then that's when she wraps Justine's hair around another stem or the same stem, whatever. Yeah, and then snaps it, and you see him go up and just like run out the door, and then you see like, bro, he ran so far to fucking to find
There's a little montage of like
that's great. Yeah, they're like because he's in the fucking like in the triangle pose like running, and then he's just like and he just keeps going, bro. And hey, like no offense, but Marcus isn't in the best shape of his life, all right? Or he's not in the best shape of his life.
He's a little hefty.
Yeah, so you can tell like he was basically like. In any other movie before this, that's like old school like zombie shit, like the voodoo witch zombie stuff. Is you just kind of turn someone into a mindless creature that just does whatever you want, which is typically a zombie.
Zombies are originally voodoo, huh? Right?
Yeah, it comes from voodoo,
like
lore.
a voodoo thing.
Yeah.
So I at first I thought he was the zombie when he first appeared, like at the gas station or whatever.
Okay, for sure.
It's like this is a zombie movie now.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be maybe it technically was because it's voodoo.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, also, I can't believe we skipped over this when he's like murdering because first he tries to choke him out. And he just fucking spews black vial all over him. Like, and there's this fucking black vial, like gallons of it just fucking like comes out of him. But then he still like just fucking starts like headbutting him into fucking oblivion. So I remember I kept thinking with the black vial thing. I was just like, oh, is that gonna turn him or something? But I was like, oh, nothing really came of that. So that seemed very unnecessary because we don't see it again. Like,
it's just that classic.
We don't see any more black
zombie
black
bile.
I think you see the aunt later on, Aunt Gladys, like when she's like sick and throwing up into like a bucket. I think you might see it a little bit.
I don't think so.
Maybe. Or I think you see it a little bit later on at some point. I can't remember where.
No, because I remember after that I was kind of not looking for it because there was a few moments obviously.
Oh, I think it was when you see the dead cop or Paul like later on. I think the blood looked fucking black as fuck. Like it looked like tar. Because there's like a puddle of blood on the floor next to where the body was, and it looked so fucking dark. I thought it was like, oh, so maybe like some weird shit with like their blood.
Yeah, I should have probably paid more attention to the color because I still thought it just looked like your typical like super dark red kind of.
Nah, it looked like fucking.
But okay, my point is like we have a few more controlled people after that, and none of them ever spew the black bile after that. Like there is nothing like that. So I thought that was kind of like unnecessary. I was like, okay, like you just do it once and then it's completely irrelevant after that. Okay, I thought that was kind of weird. Yeah, because then we come back to, because then that's when it goes to like him hunting down Julie or Justine. Sorry,
Justine,
Julie, yeah. And they're going at it, and then one of the funniest moments of the fucking movie, like, because she runs into the convenience store and he chases her into there, and she's like, "You gotta help me! You gotta help me!" And he's fucking obviously chasing her, and she's like just trying to fucking escape, trying to get out of there. And he's like, he tells her, "Get out of my store."
The clerk says, "Yeah, get out of the store."
Not the dude fucking chasing her who looks like he's on fucking bath salts or whatever. He fucking tells the girl being attacked, "Get out of my store." I remember laughing at that scene. I thought that shit was so fucking funny. I love because she's like, "Help me!" He's like, "Get out of my store."
I thought this quick trip was a safe place.
Safe space.
Yeah.
Safe space, right?
Yeah, dude, that shit. Oh, bro, that was so. I didn't know it was intentionally. I know it was supposed to be funny. I was fucking cracking up, bro. It was a good one because it was such a serious moment too. So I love just throwing in that random comedic kind of like relief in it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so then he chases her out. Josh Brolin kind of saves her. He like tackles him into one of the coolers. She escapes. She gets into her car, and then he chases her down. He's still going fucking triangle missile mode, like like chasing him, whatever, blah blah blah. And then Archer chases, and he's trying to go after him, but then that's when he gets fucking T-boned by a fucking like Ford Explorer or something.
Yeah,
and
the principal. The principal gets ran over by a car. Yeah.
Like literally, like turns into like ground beef, like on the street.
Yeah, they show him dead on the sidewalk, and his head is exploded.
Yeah. Bro, I was wondering about that. I was like, why the fuck is half his head gone? Like, I've seen a lot of car accidents in my days, and that doesn't just happen, dude. That's not really like a thing. But
for the movie, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking like basically 3/4 of his head is just disappeared after that. Yeah, and then I think that's when we go into James's storyline.
Right. Yeah.
The drug addict, which I didn't think we were gonna see, to be honest. I kind of thought that was a nice little surprise. Right. I just did not see that coming at all. Yeah.
Yeah. He's during this timeline or perspective, you get exposed to everything that's really happened almost, you know?
Yeah, his was almost like the most important part.
It gives you the bigger pieces that gives you the audience like a chance to piece it together before like the final like conclusion, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I really because I was just like, oh wow, like I was like, I didn't think we were gonna get the drug addict storyline, and then when we see the shit that he sees, we're like, oh fuck, like okay, yeah, we're like getting so. We actually got like a lot of information from his story, so that was really cool. I really like. Also, I really liked his performance. Like, that dude was like one of the most believable drug addicts I've ever fucking seen in my life, man.
Right? Yeah.
Austin Abrams.
Austin Abrams. He was on.
He's coming out in something big kind of soon.
Yeah, he was in The Walking Dead for a couple seasons. He was in This Euphoria. Is Us, Euphoria.
Okay.
Things of Summer. Was he on the kids?
I think he's coming out in something kind of big soon. Oh, I think he's already tapped to be in the Resident Evil movie.
Oh, interesting.
If I remember correctly. But obviously, we don't know anything about that fully yet. So
I mean, that would make sense because also Zach Cregger.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So we see his storyline and how he's just very like typical drug addict. He's like looking for ways to get money, trying to just sell shit.
It's a very funny scene where he's just walking down the street pulling on car handles to get in.
Yeah, as he's on the phone trying to get people to give him money, basically.
Yeah,
he's like, I got a job, like I start soon. He's just like, but the thing is, I need shoes because it's kind of a fancy gig.
He's the dude from The Americans, like the last season of The Americans, you know, that the wife starts like surveilling, and like he works for like some congressman.
Oh, is it the film nerd?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's him? Oh, shit. Okay.
That's crazy.
Hell yeah, that's cool. Wow, no idea. Yeah, but I love that he's just like...
He's the fucking Carver from Silicon Valley, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
holy shit.
He's the kid that they like hire to bring in to like...
To fix
some like small thing, but he ends up like completely writing his own.
It was like cloud architecture.
Yeah,
I just rewatched it, so that's the only reason I remember that. Yeah,
and he completely redoes everything, and then they're like, he fucks it all
up. Yeah. He's all like on Adderall and shit.
Okay, yeah, the kid addicted to that. Okay.
Yeah. So. Love his performance as a drug addict. I thought it was so believable. And then I did love the scene where he's like opening the car doors like as he's on the phone, like telling people like, yeah, I got a job, but the only thing is like I need new shoes and new clothes because it's kind of a fancy gig, you know, and I just don't have the money for it. And he's like, no, I swear, and you know, he finally finds a car that he can open, and he just steals like a little girl's backpack.
Yeah, like a pink backpack.
Yeah, I love that it's like straight up like a kitty tablet. Like it's bright pink and it has like the heavy like silicone protector on it and like unicorn headphones. So when he tries to pawn it, I'm like, bro, it's so obvious you fucking stole this thing. And that guy's a terrible negotiator because he went from like, well, the pawn teller's like, no, I don't want it, and he's like, come on, man, it's like $50. He's like, no, he's like, $20. He goes down to $5, bro. Like, you're a terrible negotiator.
It's $5 for free.
I guess, yeah. But how much is $5 gonna get you crack wise or whatever he was fucking smoking? But yeah, and then after that, that's when he has a run in, right? Like, or like he tries to break into the building. and that's when the cop sees him, and then they have their whole run-in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then after that is when he finds the house, and he thinks it's kind of like abandoned, or like people aren't there because he sees like the newspapers in the driveway.
Yeah, he sees 4 or 5 newspapers.
Yeah,
sitting
so
in
it's
the
like
driveway.
clearly like they like no one's taking in the newspapers. So it's probably been a few days at least, which I'm like smart, like because I've always heard that back in the day, like that was a real like telltale sign that no one's at home or no one's been home for a while. Yeah.
So yeah, he tries to break into the house through like a second floor window.
Yeah, he climbs. I forgot what those things are called. They're like you have like vines growing on, like it's like this wooden thing, and you have like plants and vines growing on it. He climbs that basically. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No. Anyways, he gets into the window, and through the window, he makes a lot of noise while doing it. So he probably assumes, definitely nobody's here because they would have, heard me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Fumbles his way through the window, like crashing his way.
Right. He pulls down like the drapes and all that other stuff, like the curtains for the window. But he just starts like, like rummaging through everything, trying to find something of value.
And it is Alex's house. Sorry, we forgot to mention that.
Right.
It's Alex's house.
Alex's house.
Yeah.
So the one kid that didn't go missing.
Yeah.
Randomly Alex's house.
Forgot to mention, there's like newspapers all over the windows of the house. Like, very like you can't see inside it. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's supposed to be very kept hidden and secretive.
Yeah.
So he gets a pillowcase and he starts just like rummaging through all the cabinets and taking silverware, as crackheads do.
Hey, you got a pretty
big money in silver, bro.
You got a pretty penny for it.
What do you get, like $100 or something?
Yeah, something. A couple $100. Yeah, it seems
From a
like.
pawn shop too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I remember he tries to go into what we would think is like the master bedroom, and it's locked. So he kind of goes like, fuck that, or whatever. Yeah. He goes downstairs, looks around.
It's locked and there's a light on in there too, right?
Yes.
I think the light was on. Yeah, you're right.
So.
Yeah.
It's a little mystery.
Yeah. And so he goes downstairs, he sees the TV, and he sees like a console looking thing, and he's like, oh, a score. Which I'm like, what the fuck was that console? I didn't even know what it was.
It looked like one of those retro game, like not emulator things, but the it had 3 slots, so it had the ability to play like a 64 game or a Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, that's what I thought it looked like too.
I've seen those before, and it was really cool. I've always wanted one.
Yeah, I remember he was just like, oh, score. He's like, hell yeah. And then he's like looking through like the movies and Willow. He's like, oh, sweet. He's like,
Willow.
He's like, hell yeah, Willow. I was like, is he gonna keep that one for himself? He's like, nah, no, you're gonna trade this one in. So I thought that shit was fucking funny.
Right.
I feel like Zach Cregger's probably like a huge Willow fan.
Probably.
Yeah, that's why he like made that the movie. He's like, oh hell yeah, Willow. But yeah, so he thought he just hit fucking pay dirt with this fucking retro console thing or some DVDs that he's fucking stealing.
And silverware.
Yeah. But the silverware hasn't happened yet. Well, like,
okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, because then he turns around and he sees the parent, the 2 people just sitting on the couch. He's like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Sorry."
He sees him in like the reflection in the TV.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Then he turns around. He's like, "Shit, sorry." I remember he was already trying to work out an excuse. He's like, "I just kind of fell in" or something like that. I don't remember what the fuck he says. But then he realizes like they're non-responsive. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Okay, whatever." And then he keeps robbing him. He's like, he goes for the kitchen, gets the silverware, and then he goes into the basement, and then that's when he sees all the kids are there. That's when we first see where all the kids are. Yeah. All the kids are just, and then all of them turn around at the same time, which is fucking terrifying. Yeah. There's something super creepy about kids like that. Right. Like, I love kids, but there's something super creepy about them.
I feel like they all kind of had like that weird sick smile, like when you see the grandma, like in the dreams and stuff. Like she always has that,
like fucking almost
sinister,
like clown, stretchy, like fucking smile. Yeah. So yeah, then they all just like dart. I love. He's like, sorry.
Takes off up the stairs.
And just immediately goes to the pawn shop, like after seeing a bunch of children in a basement.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because then the parents wake up and try to get him. And then that's when he's like running out.
Yeah,
like,
he takes off out of the house.
And he escapes, whatever. He's like, oh yeah, he goes through he dips into the forest, I think. He goes.
Yeah, he runs away. He runs away from something and goes to the forest.
Yeah. I don't remember the pawn shop happened before or after the forest. I want to say it was No, it had to be before.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah, it had to be
so
before,
he
yeah.
goes to the pawn shop first, and then sells all the stolen shit, hawks it all.
Oh yeah, and then that's when he sees
A little poster, and it's like it has the 17 missing kids on it. It says there's a $50,000 reward.
Yeah.
And so he starts like slowly piecing it together, like, oh shit, maybe those kids in the basement I just saw were
What are the odds that those aren't the same kids? You know.
But most importantly, oh shit, $50,000.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
That's a lot of crack.
Yeah.
That is a lot of
I know he's
crack.
like talking
King
to
of
the
crack.
cop or like on the phone. He's just like, yeah, so about the 17 missing kids, like I know where they're at. Like, so how do I get the $50,000 exactly? You know, whatever. He's like, no, I'm being for real. Because he just sounds like a fucking druggie. Like the way he's like, I swear. You know, whatever. He just sounds very like erratic, I guess.
He probably used that pawn shop money, went and bought some drugs, did them, and then he called the cops. He's like, I know where.
Yeah. I know, like, yeah. And then they tell him like, oh, you have to come in or something. He's like, I mean, can we not? Like, can we just like meet somewhere or something? Can you bring someone out here? He's like, because I don't really like police stations. It sounds even more fucking sketchy. He's like, I have a phobia. And like, that's off. And then that's when he heads to the police station. And then that's when he runs into the cop, whose name I keep fucking forgetting. Paul. There we go. Yeah, then Paul chases him down.
You see it from his perspective this time, from James's perspective.
So he gets into the forest and he's kind of like celebrating. He's like, fuck yeah, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like he thought he escaped or whatever. And then he hears something and he like looks over and he sees like, I don't even think you can really tell it's an old lady at that point, but it looks like a clown. It looks like a really creepy
Almost looks like a clown, yeah. But you see the red hair. That's why I was like, oh, that's weird.
But you did see kind of like almost like white makeup and like something around the lips. That looked like super red.
Yeah,
which we've seen before with all the other people's like nightmares or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we see the same like kind of aesthetic.
But
he must have actually seen it, right? Like, was that? Do you think that thing that he saw was actually there,
I
or do you
didn't
think?
fully get because that meant that Gladys was there,
Right? That's who it would have been.
That's which he hasn't seen yet. So that sounds like now she can enter people's dream or like I don't know, like why would she be just in the I don't know. I didn't. That's where I start getting weird about this whole like nightmares section versus her. Like,
well, because I mean, she probably had like at least. Like she was in the house, right, when all that stuff was happening with him. So it's like she probably followed him or something. I don't know, maybe, which led him to her to the his campsite that he had out.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, I mean,
and she was probably trying to get something of his to like do the voodoo shit on him.
Probably, yeah. But yeah, I guess that was the part where I was just like, it has to be her, because I mean, now she has fucking weird hallucination abilities to people.
Yeah, I think it was her.
It has to be her. Like that's the only way it makes sense.
Yeah.
And what if she couldn't curse him because he didn't have a home to have a possession from to curse with because he was homeless. He was living in a tent. Or maybe she was going to the tent to take the thing. Yeah, exactly.
The crack pipe.
Yeah, I thought she would have just taken one of the crack pipes, honestly. But yeah, so then, right, it was so funny because, you know, he hides in his tent because he thinks he's safe there or whatever. And then you see, like, someone's trying to get into the tent. He arms himself with a bunch of needles. And as soon as the tent opens up, he jumps out and stabs fucking Paul in the face, and he's like, God damn it.
This poor guy gets stabbed.
I was
again.
fucking laughing at that part. I love that this dude keeps getting stabbed with needles.
Right.
Like
God.
one incidentally and now kind of on purpose. Yeah, but I thought that shit was fucking funny. And
that was the worst weapon in the whole movie, bro. It was the needles.
Was the needles? Yeah, and then we see he's just like, I told you
that's
to get the
Zach
fuck out of here.
Cregger's commentary on drugs in America these days. It's the worst weapon.
Yeah, dun dun dun.
It's killing more Americans than anything else. And
yeah, but this one didn't successfully kill anybody somehow. Well, yeah, so the cop's like, fuck you, dude, I told you to get out of here. He's like, no, I can tell you where the kids are. And then he takes it to the house. And he goes, and I love how he tells him, like, how do I know you're not just going to take the $50,000 reward for yourself? He just looks at it and goes away. He's like, what? I could have sworn he was going to say something like, man, dude's going to take my $50,000. Like, that was definitely, like, fucking running through his head at that point.
yeah, so the cop, Paul, goes into the house to assume, like, to check out whatever.
Someone answers the door.
Someone answers the
Which
door.
like kind of trips him out a little bit.
It like nothing happened. Every time someone else approached the house before, and like nobody came to the door, or they kept it closed.
I remember I was thinking, because I was kind of mad. I was just like, oh, of course the cop doesn't call it in that he's gonna go investigate, right? You know, I was just like, why wouldn't he do that? That's so stupid. But at the same time, I'm like, he does have someone that he just punched in the face like a day ago or whatever, you know. So maybe that's why he didn't call it in or whatever. I don't know, but I was like, okay. But yeah, so the dude doesn't come back out, but fucking James is still in the back of the squad car and he can't get out of it, obviously.
Yeah, it flash forwards like hours later. Like it's light when they get to the house, and it flash forwards to it's like pitch dark.
Yeah.
You know, aside from the street lights.
Yeah, and then you see Paul come out and he's just like, hey man, finally, you know, what's going on? And then he just like opens the car door and just like drags them into the house. He's like, no. And then boom, cut. Right? Yeah, I think it cuts right then and there.
Yeah, and then goes to Alex's story.
And then we see Alex's
Our final story of the movie.
Yeah.
That definitely reveals like the whole enchilada.
Yeah. We were getting all the ingredients, and then we finally get the Crunchwrap Supreme of it all. Dude. It was great. No, dude, I thought I really loved Alex's perspective because, I mean, besides it gave us fucking so much information, but we saw like kind of the very, very beginning of this whole thing, you know, with the whole, like, oh yeah, my aunt's gonna stay with me, or your aunt's gonna stay with you. We see that he's been bullied this whole time, and we were just getting all these like little moments that were super cool. Like, obviously he has a very loving family, and then this whole like Aunt Gladys situation, and yeah, I mean, I just loved his story. I thought it was so cool, but yeah, we get kind of just everything from it, because I love how they even said like how do we know her? Like, oh, this is your mom's mom's sister, but he even says like, I don't even think your mom really knows her,
right?
Knows her or whatever. So dude, a part of me, I was just like, dude, she could have just really been a stranger who's just pretending to be, you know,
who knows? Yeah.
So yeah, and then so whatever, they the next day happens, he doesn't really see her.
The parents are really friendly and like really energetic with their kid too.
Yeah,
like,
they're great. Yeah,
like typical mom and dad.
Yeah, nice suburban nuclear family kind of situation.
Yep,
yeah.
There you go.
And
but then Gladys comes, and the parents, you can tell they're like very hesitant about it. They're like, yeah, how long is she staying here? Like, oh, you know, she's down her luck. She's like, she's gonna
ill.
die out there. Yeah, she's ill.
Because he mentioned something about like hospice or something.
Right,
so she says that she's dying or whatever. And then obviously the mom is more inclined to take care of her because that's like her blood or whatever. But the dad was very like, he says like, I don't think she's gonna be here more than a month or something like that. He's very much, I want to get her out of here too. And I get it, right? And
or probably assumed she was gonna die in a month.
Yeah, either way.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah.
She's not gonna last long.
The only thing I would say about that, like, damn, that's pretty grim to say to a kid. You know,
Right,
like, I don't think she's gonna last more than a month. You know. But yeah, so Alex goes back to school. He doesn't get picked up, which he always gets picked up by his dad. It kind of that's the feel of the whole thing. So he finally walks home. And his parents are just like sitting at the table, kind of non-responsive. They're like, and they just say the same thing, like, "Hey, Alex, how was school?" And then the mom repeats the same thing, like, "Hey, Alex, how was school?"
They're
and
just
then
staring.
Gladys,
almost like they're drugged.
Yeah,
they're like saying it so slowly. It wasn't. Yeah, I was like, "Hey, Alex.
Yeah, not moving, not really showing any emotion in their face. Yeah." And then that's when Aunt Gladys, quote unquote, comes in. And like, Alex, I haven't seen you since you were a baby or whatever, but bullshit, blah, blah, blah.
Alex is immediately sus about his
immediately.
brain dead parents.
I mean, she is super creepy, so I don't blame him at all.
That's honestly like the most horrifying part of the movie, and it's kind of why I would say it's a psychological horror, is like especially the way his parents are just like completely lose their glow or whatever and just become like slave zombie things.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad for the kid, bro.
Bro, I actually love Alex
traumatic.
because he kind of takes some action into his own hands because, again, like the dad's not responsive and he like throws water in his face to try to wake him up. I was like, yeah, Alex, you fucking do what you gotta do to try to fucking wake up your dad. And then she's like, no, don't do that. And then she shows kind of what she can do. And then she, I think, rings the bell again.
What that voodoo do?
With that voodoo do. And they fucking start stabbing themselves in the face with the fork, which is fucking, like that shit always freaks me out, bro. But yeah, they're just like, almost basically to themselves, just fucking stabbing themselves. And then she's like, no, stop. And, she makes them stop.
Alex is begging for them to stop. And then finally, Aunt Gladys, like, makes a deal with her and, like, oh, like, you're going to do everything I say kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, you got to keep this to yourself. You can't tell anybody about what's happening here. And
or else I'll just make your parents eat each other, basically.
Yeah, I think
she says that
they can do anything.
Make them do that. Yeah, she's like, I can make them kill each other. She's like, I could even make them eat each other if I wanted to. But I don't remember if it's then or the next day when she reveals that, like, I was hoping that your parents were gonna make me feel better, but it's not working. So it's just like, I'm gonna need more. And then she's like, I'm gonna need you to bring one thing from every classmate or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
And then he's like, how is that gonna make you feel better? And then she's just like, I think it's what I need or something like that.
And it's just what I need, all right, to get better. Yeah. So I'm asking questions.
Not super creepy at all. Yeah. And then he's like taking care of his parents too. Like he's like giving them soup because I guess they still need to eat and shit.
Yeah, I guess all the kids probably do too. Yeah. They're probably eating chicken noodle soup as well.
And then later we see that he had
to feed him the whole time.
Right.
So he devises a plan. He steals like their nameplates from their like cubbies or whatever. The teacher finds them and she's very concerned about him and he's like, no, everything's okay. I'm like, all right, just want to make sure. Comes back, she does her like little ritual or whatever, and then that's the night that then we see like it's like 2:17 in the morning. We see all the kids running out. And then they all like just walk into the house basically, and they like all go straight into the basement. And so I guess, dude, see, this is what I was wondering about the whole thing because I was like, even though she's like a witch, she's not like trying to eat them, but like I don't get it. Like what I assume was she was trying to rob their youth, basically, right?
Yeah, it's like you're like sucking the life out of them. To replenish your like. Life. I guess.
That's kind of what I got, but I was just like, because I always saw like the parents be like zombies. I was like, oh, we can't really get anything from that. But then all the kids seemed fine, so I was just like, I didn't fully understand what she was actually going to do to like steal their youth. It's kind of what I more wanted to know, and we did not get an answer for at all.
I don't know.
That part kind of like sucked.
It was gonna be a Buffalo Bills like skin suit situation.
Bro, I thought it was gonna be an adrenochrome situation where she just fucking like scares them to get their adrenaline rushing, and then she's gonna fucking like inject it herself.
She was gonna force them all to be in a local production of School of Rock and tour with it. That was the plan. Make money.
Ooh, you know what? I like that actually. Let's write that movie. But yeah, so we see all the kids, like, they're in the basement. They start, like, putting the newspapers up. He's taking care of the house. And then I love that we see all the details about how she tried to make it look like everything was normal. Because she's just like, I'm going to go with your dad to the school. And she made up this whole thing about how he had a stroke or whatever. And that's why he's not talking, but she's talking for them. And then they cleaned up the house for the house visit. And then she made the kids disappear, too, before the house visit happened.
Here's my question. How come Aunt Gladys didn't take the parents to talk with the principal early, like in her first introduction in the movie?
Yeah,
She shows up by herself, and everyone's like, who is this fucking bitch? But how come she had the slave parents at home? How come she didn't bring them that time?
Yeah, the only thing, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, dude. Oh, my bad.
Well, yeah, because the principal's like, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you. The parents have to be here.
Well, maybe she just didn't realize how like dire of a situation it was, like
right. Yeah. Or maybe they were so zombified that she just couldn't bring them to talk to the principal.
Maybe.
I think a part of me, for some reason, thinks that was the original plan, that she was gonna kind of like make at least one of them go and do the whole like zombie routine again or the stroke routine again. But then she thought about like, oh man, because she kept asking like, hey, you didn't call CPS yet, right? When she went to their house to fucking kill them or whatever, basically, Marcus and his husband. So I thought maybe she thought that. She's just like, you know what? I can't wait till Monday. Like, because if he talks to them now, like, it's over.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's fucked. So that's me obviously speculating because we don't have that much information, but that's kind of what I thought maybe happened. But I was wondering, I was like, when she makes all the kids disappear from the house, you know, they all like run out and like jump over the fence. So I was like, did they just like hang out in the backyard or like just go back into the forest basically? But yeah, so I was like, oh, okay. And then the cops come, check it out. Everything seemed okay, basically. They're like, hey, clean place. You know, parents are dad's kind of weird. He's just standing there or sitting there or whatever. I don't even think they saw the mom. And
yeah, the aunt just ran the whole show.
Yeah.
And the cops were there.
And then, yeah, Alex, you know, because obviously the kids are missing at that point, and then he's back in school. And he's kind of like, he's in the new class, and he's kind of just trying to deal with everything. And I kind of forgot, like, what happens right after that. Because I know that's kind of when Archer and Justine go. Or like he shows her the map. Yeah, he shows her the
back
map.
up with them, and they're like watching the house and like about to go in. And they're like looking at the cop car, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they
they try to decide whether or not to go in because the cop is already there.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, maybe
right,
situation already.
Yeah, then he comes out and like waves them over, and I'm like, no.
Right.
I was like, are you serious? You're gonna go? Like,
well, she was like, oh, that's Paul. I know Paul.
Yeah.
Like, of course.
But even they were like still like hesitant about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole like salt thing was interesting too, because it was like, dude, they needed the salt thing, or I guess because she wasn't. Oh no, because she wasn't there, or she was hiding in the basement. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Whatever. But yeah, so then they get attacked by Paul and James, and I love how fucking Archer keeps like punching him and throwing him around, knocking it out, and he just keeps getting up. And,
Yeah, it was screen style.
Bro, literally all I kept thinking about was screening this. Is like they always get up one more time. Like, you gotta fucking headshot him, bro, because that's the only way they're gonna fucking stay down. And so I thought that shit was funny. He just kept punching him and just like throwing him. It got comedic at one point.
Yeah, right.
Like after like the second toss, dude
was locked in into being a crazy ravenous zombie.
But then Paul's fucking like choking out Justine, which is fucking terrifying.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's able to sneak out Paul's gun and able to shoot him.
Bro, yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, just that was it. Yeah, he shoots him in like the throat or something, and still like
does not slow him down.
Nothing. Yeah, so then she puts it to the side of his head and like blows his brains out pretty much.
So these creatures obviously still have human functions where they need to eat, where like if you shoot them in the head, they die.
Yeah,
right.
But it takes a lot to actually like, kill them. Yeah,
yeah.
Like, so it's pretty much like a zombie almost, because
and
they
then
still gotta
like,
eat somehow, and then you gotta kill them by taking out their head.
Yeah,
the Walking Dead zombies don't have to eat, right? Some zombies don't.
Yeah. There's like
some.
in like 28 days later they say that like there's like a point where they do get starved out basically, or you learn that I think in 28 weeks later actually. Yeah. So there's a few iterations of that. I think technically in The Last of Us too. Anyways, I actually like because like throughout the movie I only noticed 2 instances where they were kind of hinting at like the zombie thing, I guess, because when Alex is in class, you hear the teacher go like, "Oh, can someone give me an example of a parasite?" And then someone goes like tapeworm, and someone says like something else. She's like, "Yeah, good examples." But I remember, I can't remember if it was when it was Marcus and the husband watching TV.
Yeah,
they talk about the cordyceps. Yeah. Which I'm like, huge Last of Us fan. I was like, I know what that shit is. Yeah. So when they were showing the video, like the thing growing out of the ant's head, I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So I thought I was like, okay, this is obviously kind of leading into the whole like almost like a zombie level kind of fucking thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then honestly, like at the end of the movie where the kids were as a group were chasing the old lady and they're like smashing through the windows, I was like, this is straight out of like the video games or something. Like, all like Left 4 Dead or something. You got all these like zombies crashing through a window right in front of you.
And they fucking run fast too, dude. They're fucking like Josh Brolin says earlier, like heat-seeking missiles or whatever. Yeah, I thought it was kind of goofy when he was just like, it's like they the way he was running, it's like he's weaponized or whatever. I was like, no one would just use that term. I was like, I thought that was kind of just out of place.
It's like they're weapons.
Yeah.
He said that and looked directly at the camera and winked.
Was that like that Leo meme, like when he sees himself on TV and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Like he said it, he did it. But yeah, I just thought like the way that part of the script, I was like, oh, like I hated the way he said that. It just kind of irked me a little bit. But yeah, so the final showdown in the house is kind of happening. Paul gets killed, and then Archer's getting kind of choked out by James, and then Justine shows up, blast him in the fucking head. I was like, fuck yeah. And then he goes down, or Archer goes down, tries to find his son, and he's like, he's not finding him. And in the corner, what do you see? Fucking Gladys just jump out, like,
just waiting there.
Terrifying. I was like, God damn it. So you obviously kind of know what's gonna happen then. He's just like, oh, boom, gonna get him with the zombie.
Yeah, he turns into a zombie.
You see her like grab a chain off of his chest.
Right, yeah, yep,
like
yep.
a
She does,
cross, I don't know, something.
She had to do that really fast too, because the whole ritual is like she has to draw her own blood, has to wrap the item around the stem rose thing or whatever, the stem with the thorns, and then ring the bell, like over a water, or I don't know, like with the water thing or whatever. I don't know.
Well, she's fighting off Josh Brolin.
Yeah, like she does that all relatively fast, like within like 10 fucking seconds. And then you see him come out, and then he starts fucking choking out Justine's character. You're like, no, oh my god. And then fucking Alex is also trying to be a hero because he crosses a salt line and it activates his parents or whatever. And so he runs into his room. He like circles around. And then, Alex is finally a fucking smart kid in a horror movie, dude. Like this kid, I just thought he was so intuitive. I was like, this kid fucking knows what's up, dude. Like this kid's like critical thinking skills is amazing. Like he saw the ritual,
he's got
but
the tism, bro. He's been so observant the entire movie.
He got the teasy for sheezy, bro. But yeah, he just like the way he like puts it together, like he figures out kind of fast how to make it work in his favor. Cause he goes into the bathroom or he goes back into the room, grabs the stem, grabs the flowers.
Gladys's room.
Yeah, and Gladys's room, grabs the stem, starts hiding out in the bathroom. And
grabs her wig too.
Grabs her wig because he knows it needs something of theirs or whatever. Yeah. And then so he wraps it around. He cuts himself or whatever. He pokes himself with it. And then you hear the snap. And I love how Gladys immediately puts it together because I don't know how she fucking realized something was wrong, but she's like, oh
probably
no.
Heard all 17 kids at once like snap their heads looking towards Gladys and like start running up the stairs.
Yeah. And then she's like, she immediately starts running out, and then you just see all the kids running out. And then she's like, ah! Yeah. Like the way she screams and runs is so funny. But you see the kids just fucking smashing through doors and windows, nothing
style.
Yeah.
Cue the Benny Hill music in that scene.
Dude, I was just thinking that. Yeah, it was a very comedic moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it turns like a fucking absolutely terrifying moment into hilarity for the next fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only part that I was kind of not confused by, but I have a question about is because it activated the kids to go kill her, but it didn't activate Archer to go kill her. Like, because he was still choking out Justine.
Because they were already like activated. Like that makes sense, you know? Like their shit wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Because I think the parents probably were already like activated and then so was
with the
Archer's
salt line or whatever.
Archer's he only got better because
she died.
She died. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just kind of wondering, like, why do the kids get activated, but not the parents and not Archer? It seems like they should have been all activated. But
I just think it was because the others were already like activated and like already on a mission to kill.
Yeah, I guess.
But the kids were like dormant in the basement. So.
I can see something like that. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so she's running through houses trying to get away from the kids, and you just see fucking kids just, again fucking smashing through the doors with real fucking like Left 4 Dead, World War Z, like Last of Us, or 28 Days Later. Like these aren't fucking solid, bro. They're fucking like.
I want to say with the kids, she did a different ritual too. She like filled up a bowl with this like black liquid or whatever, and then like lit it on fire.
Yeah,
that is also true. You're right.
Which is also like probably the same type of like black liquid shit that was like spewing out of Marcus. And
God damn it, Bentley, you're right. I didn't even fucking think about that. I forgot that she did do a different ritual. You're right. Shit. Yeah. Okay. You know what? All right.
Logic applies still.
But yeah, so kids are fucking heat-seeking missiles, fucking Aunt Gladys or whatever. And dude, that shit was like, I love the dude who's like cutting his lawn, and he just like looks over, and you see this old lady like, ah, like just screaming. He's like, okay.
Yeah, across the street, like in the backyard of two houses.
Yeah, easily like a couple 100 feet away.
Yeah, you just see it between like
two houses.
Yeah, between two houses from backyard to backyard.
And you just see her running. He's just like, kind of like, well, that's weird. And then you just see a fucking mob of little kids who are
17 of them trying
who are probably like 4 feet tall. You know, they're not, they're like, what was it, third graders?
I think they're third graders.
Yeah, so they're fucking short.
8, 9 years old.
Yeah, so you see they're like, like just chasing her.
Getting gashes in
like,
their
what
legs.
the fuck?
Jumping through fucking glass.
Yeah, and again, like whatever. And then there's like one specific kid. It was a girl. She's the one who gets close to her. And like,
she was the athlete of the group.
Yeah.
And then just fucking tackles her and like holds her down. She's like, no, help me, someone help me. And then all the kids come and just start fucking like clawing at her.
Yeah, tearing her apart. They literally like tore her head apart.
Yeah,
like a pinata.
Yeah.
Like a pinata, bro.
Yeah.
Like kids like getting candy out of a fucking pinata. That's
Yeah,
exactly how it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, you see, like I remember, like first you see like the one of her legs is already separated.
Yeah.
Like when you get the aerial shot, you just see the kids like swarming her or like on top of her, but you already see one of the legs is separated, and then you just see like them going for her face, just fucking ripping it, like gouging her eyes out and shit, and then fucking like just dismembered body. Well, obviously like Archer wakes up at that point,
right?
And then the parents wake up at that point. And I like how like it makes sense. Like Archer, first thing he does is to go look for his son Max. Like boom, like, and then the first thing that Justine does is go look for Alex. Yeah, because she's concerned about him, and she sees them like they're hugging or whatever.
Hugging with the parents.
Yeah, and then you see he finally finds. I love it, like because he just goes through like the trail of destruction to kind of follow them, like see what happened or whatever.
Through all the houses that they went through Ferris Bueller style.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the entire time when they were like running through all the houses. I was like,
oh my god,
this is Ferris Bueller.
Someone's gonna do that. Yeah, I bet you watch someone on TikTok
playing the music.
Yeah,
with it
they're
and
either
everything.
gonna play that Ferris Bueller music or they're gonna play the Benny Hill fucking music. It's gonna be one of those two for sure, or both. But yeah, I love how he's like going through the houses and you hear one of the mom or one of the people from the houses talking about like, well, there's glass everywhere. Like, oh my god, like what the hell just happened? And then you see like Josh Brolin come in, like she's like, like
honey, there's a man.
Yeah, there's a man in the house. There's a man in the house. Or he's in the living room. And then he finally finds Max and all the kids, and you just see a fucking completely dismembered Gladys in the middle of it. And I love how he does not even concerned about it. Like he just sees a bunch of blood covered kids. He's like, Max, oh my god, Max. Yeah. And then it kind of wraps up. The narrator then just wraps up the story at that point. Says that Alex
parents are brain dead.
Yeah, parents are basically brain dead.
Yeah, they get sent to like a institution or some shit, and then he goes to stay with a different aunt.
Yeah,
like one that's actually a nice person.
Yeah. It says he gets into a different town, and then you hear that some of the kids still aren't responsive, but some of the kids did start responding.
Yeah, they started talking eventually.
Yeah. And then you see kind of the closing shot is Archer and Max, and then you kind of just see like
you see Archer walking away holding Max, and you see like Max's face.
Yeah, and he's just like
on his shoulder,
stone face. Like there's nothing has phased him. He's just whatever. Yeah, and then it just kind of cuts out after that.
Yeah, it goes to credits.
Yeah,
and you see a triangle.
And then the triangle.
The important blue triangle.
And then we see the credits, and the credits are rolling in a triangle form. Or like it goes down one line or one side of the triangle, then the other side of the triangle. The triangle is very important.
It's center of the movie, really.
Yeah.
It's Illuminati reference, and like.
Oh man, I remember I was trying to figure out what because when we first see her do the ritual, we see her pretty up close, and you see the bell. The bell has a number 6 in it on it, but there's also like a triangle, but pointing downwards. And it's not even a full triangle technically. It's just kind of like a V shape almost because there's no top part. But yeah, I just remember there's a 6 and there's like a triangle kind of pointing down. Yeah, so I'm just like, is this like Satan or whatever? 6, you know? Yeah, you got the 6, you know.
I don't know, man. This
Witch.
Some witchy shit.
Yeah.
This movie was awesome though. I fucking loved
Voodoo.
it.
Voodoo man. Yeah.
You do the voodoo.
Bentley. So I was already telling Emilio about this, but so apparently Zach Cregger wrote this as like part of like his grieving process for Trevor Moore's death, because like his accident happened around the same time in the morning. According to the police report, he says he died between like 2 and 2:30 in the morning, and like it's all about like what was her name? Justine and Archer like kind of investigating their own like they're going off of like forget what the police are doing. They're investigating their own self, like doing their own investigating type of thing. So it's almost like he's just like kind of like
everyone's processing trauma in this movie,
right?
too.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
especially Alex. Yeah, no, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so that was kind of like cool and interesting to hear about.
And I don't know if anyone remembers, but like when Trevor died, there was a lot of speculation around.
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy about like,
Yeah.
conspiracies and like, did this actually happen, or like, did it happen the way it said, or whatever.
Yeah, because I remember he was very openly criticizing the way like I think the government was handling things or something like that with COVID and everything. Yeah,
He was very outspoken around that time about some things. I know
Yeah,
there was
definitely.
like
because he was super young. Or he was like 40. Like so people
Yeah,
were like, how
41,
the
I
fuck
think,
would he
yeah.
die? Yeah, like that's so random, and he didn't have any like drug history or anything like that. But then I think you said like he fell off his balcony or
yeah,
something
he fell
like
off
that.
his balcony and he died of blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah.
And then there was alcohol in his system apparently. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
who knows?
I don't know. We'll never know, you know. But, yeah.
but
R.I.P.
it's-
Trevor.
Yep.
It was definitely the director of this movie who killed him, so he
Oh yeah.
absorb his fame,
His talent.
like with voodoo magic,
Yeah.
just like the movie.
Did Barbarian come out before Trevor died?
It came out afterwards, but they were probably already.
It was like around the same time though. think.
Yeah, I don't know exactly because I know
Barbarian was 2022.
2022 and Trevor Moore died at the end of 2021,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
like
yeah.
August. Like
Yeah.
actually, yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of his death.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's a wild fucking movie, dude. It's I thought so. I don't know if I was reading a little too much into it, but because I didn't really think about any kind of political message into it until I saw the whole like the fucking M16 or whatever like above the house and it has the 217 on it or whatever.
Okay.
Because I was just like, why would he just be visualizing a gun? Like this had nothing to do with guns this entire time. Why would he just like visualize a gun above the house? I thought so. I was just like, it's either overtly political or I was like, that's just dumb and unnecessary.
But
or
then
that
what's
was
the
his-
political message if it is
I thought it
political?
was like, because like even the fucking people behind us who wouldn't shut up every once in a while was just like, oh, like what is it about school shootings or whatever, and I was just like, I mean, it has to do with kids, obviously, and it's like when do kids don't disappear, obviously, but they do die in classrooms nowadays and shit like that. But because I was just like, why the fuck are you just randomly putting a rifle in a nightmare sequence? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
it just seemed very unnecessary. And then, or is that supposed to be his connection to like these kids are weaponized?
right. Yeah,
or whatever?
that's what I was kind of
Yeah,
thinking of.
but I was just like, if that is the case and it had no political message, I still feel like I think it was kind of poorly executed, to be honest. I was like, you're just gonna visualize a fucking M16, whatever. I was like, that was stupid. But
you never seen some weird shit in the clouds? Like that cloud kind of
it
looks,
looks like an M16 yeah. in my nightmare.
You see the picture of the Hulk Hogan cloud outside of his funeral last week?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's like a cloud that kind of looked like this.
No, no fucking way,
Yeah.
bro. That had to be AI. No, just kidding. But yeah, that. Honestly, that was kind of just my only gripe about the movie was that stupid M16 scene. Because maybe I just don't get it. But if I do understand it, I think it's kind of the execution of it was pretty dumb. But that's just me. That's awesome.
Seems it. Perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's kind of just my biggest gripe about the movie. Because
Right.
I actually like that we got an ending. We got an explanation about what was going on. We understood.
Yes.
We understood the bad, like the villain's motives. I was still more curious about how she was actually going to steal their youth, how that would have worked. But I mean, whatever.
Some
It's
weird
fine.
witchcraft shit.
Yeah, but I was wondering, like, because anytime you hear about like witches and like kidnapping kids, it's because she eats them. It's like Hansel and Gretel shit. Like she eats them, basically. Yeah. But I mean, it's cool. Like, it's not the biggest thing that I need to know about. It's just more something I was curious about. But yeah, honestly, I think that was like my biggest gripe about the movie. It was just a weird random M16.
Yeah, honestly, probably that's all I could say bad about it. Yeah. I really liked the movie a lot, honestly.
Okay.
I'm sitting here and letting it stew in my brain, and especially since we just like revisited the whole thing right now. I'm like, God, this is a good movie.
I know. The more we talked about it, the more I started like liking certain things about it, and specifically. Alex's performance and storyline, I thought was fucking amazing. I loved that whole thing. And then James, I thought like the kid, Austin Abrams or whatever. I thought his performance was probably my favorite of the movie. I don't know why. Like he just seemed the most believable out of all the characters, and I loved his story. I thought it was so funny and such a dark fucking story. And then I just thought he executed his role perfectly.
Yeah, the whole scene where he's just trying the car doors, that was like perfect.
Yeah. As he's trying to get money from people,
right?
Like, I got a job.
Yeah.
Just the most believable thing ever, honestly. But yeah. All right, what about you, Ben?
This movie is very great, honestly. Like, it keeps you interested. The pacing is good. Every character is like kind of interesting and engaging, I would say. Even the teacher and the principal and everything. So.
Yeah, they all had like some other like story to them that you never really get a full explanation of, but you get little pieces of, like the whole like, oh, the teacher had a DUI, so she has an issue with alcohol, and here she goes drinking again. And
I love the specifically again, like I get it, like Archer, Josh Brolin's character is very just emotional, still trying to like cope with the whole thing, but I love it. It's like, did you even look at her? And it's like, yes, obviously we looked at the fucking teacher. Like, Toby Huss played the detective or the chief of police.
Right.
Love Toby Huss.
Cotton and Cotton and
Cotton.
He's now Dale.
He's now Dale's voice. Yes, correct. But he does a lot of voices on King of the Hill.
Yeah.
But I love Toby Huss. So I love when he's like questioning him or whatever, and it's just like, did you even look at her? And it's like, yeah, dude, obviously we fucking looked at the one person that connects literally all of these kids. No, we're fucking stupid and didn't even look. He's like, oh yeah, because I did some research. I love that because you can see Toby like, oh, here we go. Fucking dad learned how to use fucking Google, and he thinks he's fucking Batman all of a sudden, the world's greatest detective. Like, did you see she had a DUI? And it's like, I'm sure that's the first fucking thing they saw, dude, when they looked into her.
Yeah, I know later on, or like one of the other like perspectives you see, I think it's probably Paul's when he's in the police station, and you overhear like the chief of police talking to another officer or police officer, and he's talking about like just having to deal with Josh Brolin every single day. And he's like, Jesus. I can't remember exactly what he says.
I think it's like, don't these parents have something else to do or something? I don't know, some shit like that. But I love how like that's how Josh Brolin was trying to like justify investigating her more. Like, she got fired from her last job for inappropriate behavior, and it's like she was hooking up with another coworker,
another teacher. Like,
she wasn't fucking doing anything with the kids. Like, calm the fuck down. And then you do hear like earlier, like when Marcus is talking to her, like, oh, you keep doing inappropriate things, and it's just like, I gave a kid a ride home because he missed the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I hugged a crying kid. I'm like, Jesus, man, like we're criticizing this now? Like, kid was fucking crying.
Too far there.
Yeah. But I love how he's just like DUI, and she hooked up with a coworker. Clearly she kidnapped these fucking kids. like there's no fucking way. Like, she's weird or whatever. No, she says she's like inappropriate or something. Yeah.
So I know me and Emilio watched this video the other day. It was probably last night actually, where Zach Cregger was. I think it was a Letterboxd video, but he was like just explaining some of the influences behind the movie, I guess, and there was that movie Prisoners.
Okay, nice.
Which it's
missing kids.
See that.
Missing kid, or there was two kids, missing kids, and then like just the fucking dad's like determination to figure out what the fuck happened,
taking the matter into his own hands, type shit. No, just kidding.
Yeah, and another one was Picnic at Hanging Rock, which is a movie and a book I just read.
I haven't seen yet, but I understand
good.
It's about missing kids.
School kids, actually. And it's the taglines for the movies are almost similar. Like,
Yeah, something
crazy.
about one day. Something about one day a bunch of kids go missing and none of them return, or some of them return, some shit like that.
I'm looking it up real quick.
Yeah, the letterbox video was kind of cool though, because he was just kind of giving his like influences, or like, you know, like, oh, this kind of inspired this, and even like some specific characters, like, oh, I loved his mustache, is some character's mustache, and then boom, and that's why Paul has a mustache in Weapons.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He
like
took it
that.
from another movie that kind of influenced him was Magnolia, about all these like interweaving kind of stories surrounding
Oh, that's what it
one
was.
central theme or whatever.
Yeah.
And he inspired the police in this Paul in this movie off after John C. Reilly and his like mustache and stuff.
Yeah,
in
that's what it was.
Magnolia.
Yeah. Honestly, that's exactly how I would be making movies. It's just like, I really like this dude's goatee or whatever. Like, so this character now has a goatee. Yeah, Zachary, I like it. He seems like kind of like a normal dude, honestly, who just like really loves movies.
Okay, yeah. So the Weapons movie tagline was,
It says could be.
oh yeah, where the fuck was it? I don't remember. Anyways, but it was pretty.
Where the hell
pretty
them kids at?
Essentially, yeah. But he definitely like drew a lot of inspiration from Picnic at Hayden Rock, which is a great movie.
Yeah, I still gotta watch that one.
No, if I had to put on my like too deep for you hat, I would say the central. Like, I feel like this movie is really like not really about anything too deep. It's just kind of like an engaging, emotional like a horror movie. You know, it keeps you engaged by
Yeah.
giving you just fucked up shit
It's a great horror mystery for
at a
sure.
good pace.
And usually, like, I don't know, sometimes with like horror mystery stuff, it feels like one overtakes the other. Like, it's way more horror than it is mystery, or way more mystery than it is horror. But just like the way he unrolled like the mystery slowly was pretty fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I just thought the pacing, I think the pacing was. Fuck, I can't even think of the word I'm looking for right now. Exquisite. Like, it's just fucking incredible, dude. The pacing was probably like some of the best pacing I've seen in a while, to be honest.
Yeah. I truly had like no idea what the fuck was happening with the like with the kids in the movie until you see that like the James scene where he like goes into the basement and you're like, oh, that's where the fucking kids are.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking crazy lady's doing these voodoo rituals and like, oh shit.
Yeah, I was really happy with the explanations because, like, obviously when we see Aunt Gladys, take over Marcus's body and mind and stuff, I was thinking like, okay, obviously she's the one behind the whole kid's disappearance and stuff. And it's just like, I was just like, where is she hiding him? And then when we see it is at Alex's house, I was like, bro, like, how the fuck did the cops never find this? Like, there's no way they didn't look at it. And then they explained, like, how they covered up the whole thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Super happy with the reasoning of it. I thought it just made a lot of sense. Because I was kind of worried about that. I was just like, oh, please don't be something stupid, like, that I'm going to poke a lot of holes into. I was like, no. I thought all that shit made a lot of sense.
Yeah, like I was saying, like I feel like there's not that much deep about this movie, but if there is like a subject that I would say, or a theme of this movie, like a main theme, it's the processing of trauma, which would make sense with what RJ said about
him writing
the movie, yeah,
about Trevor Moore and his death and stuff. So
because the parents are dealing with the trauma of losing their kids, and Alex is dealing with the trauma of fucking losing his parents, like, in front of him, and having to deal with this fucking crazy ass psycho bitch, like, threatening him to not spill the beans. The teacher dealing with the trauma of like the entire town,
She's like drinking herself to death, basically, or like, she's
turning against her. Like James is dealing with the trauma of being a crackhead. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. Yeah, they're all dealing with it differently.
Yeah, I thought
different forms of it.
If I had to put the curtains aren't blue hat, and I'm like trying to just read further into it, I would think it's something to do with like the weaponization of emotions, or like children. It's just like, how do you, like, typically when you would just want to manipulate somebody, because the whole thing is like her whole Gladys's thing is manipulation, like but I mean it's more like magic than it is like mental or whatever. But yeah, so I think like the whole thing is about like manipulating, and it's like how do you manipulate like other people? Is like you like invoke their emotions using fucking like children, basically. Yeah, because with like Alex, it was just like obviously she was like threatening like his parents' lives. So like she's just kind of using that against him. But yeah, I thought like the whole like obviously it being called weapons and like it's mostly about the kids missing or whatever. So I thought it was just kind of like. Yeah, the weaponization of kind of like trauma almost, like using it to your advantage.
Trauma, grief, all that stuff.
Yeah, because I always thought like about like kind of like almost like in the news how they always try to like invoke emotions. Like they're always like, you know, they don't really share happy stories, they share sad stories, and it's always like kind of like as soon as one thing happens, then you start seeing like nothing but reports about that. Like the most recent thing I can think of is like. We got like a couple airplane crashes in January, and then all we were seeing in the news is fucking all these weird airplane crashes or airplane malfunctions and stuff. Mm-hmm. But then it turns out that like they're actually on track to like be kind of the same. It's just that, or like the same amount of it happening in the year. It just happened to be that the news was like talking about it more,
right?
So it seemed like it was happening more. So yeah, I just thought about it was more about like weapons. It's like the weaponization of like emotion and trauma.
That's what Boeing wants you to think, bro. They're like, yeah, it's not happening more. That's just.
I would never
like
talk bad
news.
about Boeing. Boeing is the greatest fucking company ever made.
I love their airplanes. So I love how they work.
The scariest thing to be in this world is a Boeing whistleblower, dude. That's when I would truly fear for my life.
Yeah, this movie's great for sure. It's great, good fun.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of like a Korean horror movie, like the way that they do horror, because they do horror like in a weird psychological way where they just fuck with a person like in the most like just inhumane way possible. And that I feel like Alex got the Korean horror treatment in this movie. A little bit.
I wouldn't put it past Zach Cregger to be a huge Korean. Like if you're a horror fan, you're typically like all horror, like in different countries and stuff like that. So I wouldn't put it past it. It actually kind of reminded me. So RJ, we just watched this Cure.
Yeah.
Like just the whole kind of like
manipulation.
The manipulation thing. Yeah. Where his is hypnosis and hers is just more straight up like voodoo, basically. But yeah, also awesome movie, which I highly recommend. Bentley, maybe we could watch that one day. But yeah, that whole aspect of it kind of reminded me of Cure, and I feel like the letterbox thing, if they brought that up, I would have been like,
that makes sense.
So if I ever meet Zach Cregger, I get to ask him a question and be like, you fucking like Cure, don't you? I fucking know you love that movie. But yeah, no, this movie was awesome, dude. I always change my ratings like a week later for one reason or another, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the pacing was fantastic. I thought it was eerie. Jump scares can get a little tiring, but it wasn't too bad.
The sound design in this was awesome too.
Yeah.
Like or like the score, I guess, or whatever. Because there's a lot of like, I was getting very unsettled by the music or like the sounds and how it was making me feel.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very unsettling. Like I was feeling like chills and like goosebumps on my arms.
Oh,
just,
wow.
Like it wasn't like
cool.
Visually. Like I was like, wait, like. You know how sometimes when you're like, you see something very scary in a movie and you're kind of waiting for that jump scare and you're start tensing up and tightening up and stuff. It wasn't like that. It was just
like you're preparing yourself for it. You're like, oh, do it.
Yeah, it was like you hit the right notes on the keyboard type of thing. Yeah. And it was just like, oh my God. Like what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was something I totally skipped when we were reviewing this whole movie. But the fucking sound design was awesome. Especially that last couple scenes where the... I think it was showing, it was during Alex's little chapter where it was showing all the kids running to the house for the first time. And it was showing like, because it showed like 5 or 6 kids at once. And it was like, it was very eerie, dude. It was just like, I don't know, for some reason that little scene sticks out.
I love, because I hate jump scares, not because like they're scary, but I just think they're like a very like cheap tool to use. Yeah, like you can easily just overdo it.
The Mulholland Drive one is the best one.
Or the one in Jaws.
That's a good one.
Jaws one's pretty good too.
Jaws, like you can do it right, but you can easily overdo it at the same time. And so there was moments where I kept thinking, oh, there's gonna be a jump scare right here, and I felt like I was wrong basically every time I thought about it. And I was like, but the one that I really enjoyed, because I was like, oh, you fucking got me into a false sense of security. Like, you, Zach Cregger, you son of a bitch. was the nightmare sequence with Archer, and he's trying to talk to Max, and he's in bed. Cause you cause you see him like kind of like under the covers, and then you see his face, and you see his face is his face. It's just like stone dead or whatever. It's just stone face, nothing.
No
much.
reaction or anything.
But then like he starts like pulling away a little bit, and then like the lightning flashes, and then that's when you see more like Gladys's face, kind of. That part I was like, you got me.
Yeah.
I didn't like jump up or nothing, but he got me into a false sense of security, thinking that nothing was gonna happen at that point, and then we get.
I actually got that at the first dream sequence kind of thing.
When she looks up.
Yeah, because she freaks out, or no, because she wakes up. I think she was having a bad dream already, and then she wakes up and she thinks she hears something in like a house or something, and like she looks down the hallway like out of her bed. Yeah, and I think you see like a light on under one of the doors. That's what I was thinking. Okay. But obviously she didn't react to it or anything. But then she's just like, okay, whatever, and she lays back down, and you see like the grandma like on the ceiling or something. Yeah. That one got me.
And then that's when I think she wakes up. She's like,
then she actually wakes up, and it's just like the light fixture. Yeah, because I thought she was gonna see something like when she was slowly peeking down the hallway. I thought she was gonna see like a kid standing there or something, or the grandma. Yeah. But then no, there's nothing. She leans back, and then you see her on the ceiling.
And then that was
where I was like,
really
okay, you got me into a false sense of security, because I thought it was gonna be down the hallway. Yeah. And I was like, okay, there's nothing. She just woke up, and then you see it in the ceiling.
Yeah. See, I thought like, and it would have been too obvious, and I would have hated it, but he didn't do it, so I was really happy with it. Was when she first goes to Alex's house, and she's like peeking through like the window or whatever, and she freaks out because she sees two bodies there, right, or whatever. She just sees two people that doesn't know, but she can't tell they're like fucked up or anything. So she's like, she drops anything. And then when she looks back inside, I remember in my head, like, you dumb bitch, why the fuck would you look back inside? I was like, that's exactly when something fucking comes out and like scares you. But she looks in and she just sees that the two bodies are still. And I was just like, fuck, see, I thought there was going to be something there, but there wasn't. So I was like, good shit, Zach. Good shit. I really like that. Yeah, man. And it's just yeah, man. I really don't have any real complaints about the movie. I thought everything was well done. I thought the aesthetic was kind of cool and eerie. I remember you said Prisoners was like a big thing when it came to the aesthetic of it all. Like
he working with his cinematography, he wanted to make the houses like look lived in.
It's very dark. Like this movie has a lot of dark scenes in it.
Yeah, very lighting. Dark. But he said a lot of the house, like the way that they set the designs for the houses and stuff, like they wanted to make them feel lived in. Like it looks like someone like lived there. And it's like it looked,
I think he said
in
like
disarray.
Yeah, because I think Roger
like,
Deakins did Prisoners. If I remember, he did the cinematography to Prisoners.
That sounds right.
And then he said that he said that he made him and his cinematographer watch Prisoners together so they can kind of like figure out the overall like aesthetic and feel of the movie. Because he said like, this is kind of what I want to replicate or be my main influence for the overall tone of the movie. Yeah. But
just fucked up the entire time.
Just dark.
I want that tone.
Yeah. So many dilapidated buildings. I'm just kidding. But yeah. No, you can definitely see the Prisoners' influence in it for sure. The Picnic at Hanging Rock, I haven't seen it, but I mean, you have, RJ. Did it give you picnic vibes?
Definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences, but there's a lot of similarities to it. And especially that whole, there's the tagline for weapons right there. Last night at 2:17 a.m., every child from Miss Gandy's class woke up, got out of bed, went downstairs, opened the front door, walked out of the dark, and they never came back. And I know
it's a long time,
right? It was like on the poster, but I know
that's like the plot of the movie.
That's kind of like the same thing with Picnic at Hanging Rock. At least on the book, I remember it was like almost exactly like that. It was like, on St. Valentine's Day, 1900, that Appleyard school or whatever schoolgirls went on a picnic, and like something like 3 of them went missing, type of thing. But it was like a very similar. Like the explanation of the plot, and everything.
So it's basically the plot.
Yeah,
I gotcha. Yeah, the synopsis.
Yeah, but then they go missing, kids missing, school kids missing. But
I gotcha. Yeah, no, this movie gave me real. Yeah, it's like Prisoners meets Cure, kind of almost, but instead of hypnosis, it's fucking voodoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to watch Magnolia now because of.
I too want to watch Magnolia.
I mean, I already kind of wanted to because I want to watch all the Paul Thomas Anderson movies.
That's the reason.
That movie's unnecessarily long.
Yeah,
dude.
it's a 3
too
hour
long.
long like epic, just like all these intertwining like stories.
Oh,
and,
really?
like,
Okay, gotcha.
that's kind of. I remember him mentioning that during the Letterboxd movie. Like that's where you got like I can see that influence in Weapons because it's like. It breaks it down into like each chapter. And you see everybody's different perspective of it.
Yeah.
It's like, but I feel like Magnolia is just Nashville, honestly.
But
Which I think PTA has said.
probably, yeah.
He was trying to do Nashville.
No, so I don't know Nashville, so I don't know.
It's just kind of the same thing. Like these intertwining.
Huge ensemble cast.
Yeah, there's like 17 different characters, and it follows like each of their individual stories, even if it's just for like a couple minutes at a time, like with no really anything happening too much, and then it'll go over to the next character and see
some
what they're
overlap.
doing. Some overlap. Yeah, you see because it's all at this Nashville like music festival, country music festival kind of thing. That's like this huge thing that's happening this weekend or week. So it's like all these. You see like. There's an airport worker I remember like that somehow like he's one of the characters that's like but then there's like a bunch of musicians, there's like record producers, and like there's just randomly Jeff Goldblum driving around on his tricycle.
His like first role or whatever.
One of them. I don't even think he says anything in the entire
that sounds so like David Lynch to me. Like I got Jeff Goldblum riding a tricycle. But yeah. No,
But yeah, the format of this movie is very engaging, and it's like reading chapters in a book.
Yeah. Bad Times at the El Royale.
Okay.
It's the same like format where it's like
the different perspectives.
Yeah, and then it's like cuts to black, and then it's like and then you see the character's name, and it like goes into their perspective.
Yeah.
But you see so many scenes like kind of twice, or at least partially twice.
Yeah, or we see it from a different angle.
Because you see it from a different angle, so then you're like, oh shit, there's that.
Yeah,
and,
okay.
that, I was getting those vibes pretty hard when I was watching this movie.
Yeah, man, I am a huge sucker for that type of storytelling. When it's, I mean, when it's done well, dude, it's like one of my favorite things in the world. It's just that, because like that's like one of the reasons I love like Pulp Fiction. You know, like even though we don't see like the different angles at the same time. We just get the intertwining stories and how like everyone's involved in this like one thing that like, technically that's happening. So yeah, I'm a huge sucker for those types of stories. So seeing that in this in a horror movie, it's different and it's so fucking cool. Yeah.
One of the best horror movies in a long time, I would say.
It's
in general.
I'm not the biggest horror fan. I've started appreciating them more these last couple of years, but I will say. From what I have seen, it's probably one of my more favorite ones now. Yeah,
because from what I've realized is most of the time I like silly horror.
Like Scream.
Or Terrifier. Dude, Terrifier was very very silly at some points, dude. But I loved it. This is not silly. No. But I love this one.
Yeah.
There's some silly elements.
Yeah, but
definitely.
I see
there's some comedic parts to it, but it's not like I don't know. It's like I loved Scream because of like the meta-ness and like the how dumb the fucking Ghostface killer always is.
He's just so clumsy in the first
movie,
like 3 movies.
Yeah, in the first couple movies, or like definitely the first movie, he's a teenage kid as well.
It's two teenage kids.
Two. But like he's stupid too.
Yeah.
Like
no, it's true. It's true. Yeah, dude. I gotta say, obviously this isn't a comedy by any means. But the comedic moments were fucking hilarious.
Right.
And if you're making me laugh in the middle of a fucking movie about missing kids and shit, like, bro, bravo to you, good sir, because that's honestly impressive.
I don't remember any like funny moments in Prisoner.
No, there was fucking no funny moments in Prisoners. Yeah, this movie ticks a lot of boxes for me, in just things that I like in movies in general. Yeah, man, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Definitely.
I will say, kind of one of the last things I want to mention, because I know we're kind of going on a little long, is now that I talked about it, I'm changing my mind about it, but almost immediately after watching it, because towards the end, I was getting kind of, okay, like this movie it's interesting, it's kind of okay, and then the last 5 minutes just became like my favorite fucking thing, and I was like, yes, now I love this movie, right? Like that's the last 5 minutes is kind of what pushed me over the edge to it. But now that I talk about it more, I'm like, you know what? No, I actually like basically everything about the movie. And it just reminded me of how I immediately felt with Barbarian, where it was like I thought the movie was just kind of like okay throughout the entire movie, and then the last 10 minutes happened, and I'm like, nah, I love this movie because the fucking last 10 minutes just like I just put me over the edge, and I was like, yep, love this movie, fucking loved it. Which I thought was funny because like me and you had the opposite reaction with Barbarian.
And I was kind of worried about this movie because of that. Like I thought it was going to be like some weird twist ending or like some just I don't know some stupid shit at the end that I didn't like, and then I was gonna ruin the whole movie. But no, this movie is awesome. I loved it.
It does make me kind of want to revisit Barbarian.
Same,
like because maybe I will see it differently.
Maybe,
yeah. Maybe there was just things I wasn't picking up on. But yeah, loved it. Loved basically everything about it. Have a couple questions, but nothing insane. I'd probably give it. Man, if I had to rate it, I feel like I'd give it like an 8 right now, but let it soak in a little more. I might give this a 9, honestly. Like as far as horror movies go, like I might give this like as close to a 9 as possible. Would I buy a physical copy of this movie? Yeah, probably, honestly. Especially if there's like a cool cover to it.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of my final thoughts on it.
Yeah, well, coming out of the theater, I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe like a 9 or something.
Oh, wow.
It was pretty high, but it's been sitting into me a little bit more, and I think it's probably like closer like a 9.5. I don't want to give it a 10.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to give it a 10 either.
It's not a 10 in my book, but it's super high up there.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Ben?
I'll give it the good old Roger Ebert 4 stars.
Okay.
4 stars?
4 stars.
But his 4s was max,
that's
right?
Max.
That's a max.
That's a max right there. Because I don't want to say 10 out of 10. That's like, that's the 4 stars. Oh, yeah, I'm there all day.
That just reminds me of, it was in the trailer to the King of the Hill revival series where he's like, the Uber driver's like 5 stars. He's like, I'm going to give you 4 stars. So you have something to look, to work towards. And then that's all I'll give Weapons like a 9 or close to a 9 as possible. Probably give it like an 8.9, fucking 999, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's something I might revisit a couple times and be like, ooh, this is a 10.
Yeah, dude, maybe.
I'd recommend anyone watch it. Yeah, definitely.
Well, it literally just came out today, so.
It just came out, whatever, last night.
Yeah, it would have came out last night, technically.
Yeah, I've only seen one person I know talk about it. He just posted it today on Instagram, and he gave it a 10 too. Or he gave it a 10, yeah. So I was like, damn. I was like, all right. Yeah. All right, guys. Final thoughts. Sorry.
See this shit.
Yeah, go see it.
That's my final thought.
Yeah. See it in theaters, motherfucker. Man,
June Diane Raphael looked nice in there.
Yeah, dude, she was baddie. Goddamn, dude.
No way, doing Paul. Some thinking on
bro,
that.
No way,
sure.
Paul Shear locked that down, bro. I am not buying that shit. No, it's kidding.
He gives us hope.
Yeah. It's funny because I just saw Together earlier this week.
Right.
Which is another like. It's crazy because it's like comedians making a horror movie.
Right.
Like, they're very known as like more like comical actors. This is fucking way better than Together, bro. Like not that I should be comparing the two because they're completely different stories and everything, but 2 like kind of major horror movies coming out at the same time. I'm like, yeah, this definitely would steal the show for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go watch it.
Watch this shit.
I would recommend it in theaters for sure. Definitely watch it at night. Honestly, like, because I think I saw it's a Warner Brothers movie, but it's like New Line Cinemas distributing it, so it might come out on Max in a few months.
Probably, I can see that.
And tell us in the comments below what you think the triangle means.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all the theories about like with the triangles and why it's called.
What does it represent?
It's referencing the Illuminati because Trevor Moore was onto some shit.
Oh right, yeah. Well,
it was the Illuminati that killed Trevor Moore. So.
The story is always this thing about like, oh, this celebrity was working on a movie or a documentary to like exposing like this elite pedophile ring. That's always like that was the Avicii story. I think that was like the Chris Cornell story and the Trevor
the guy
Morris.
who ate food, Anthony Bourdain.
Oh, Anthony Bourdain, yeah. And then that's now the Trevor Moore story, dude. But yeah, go watch it. Great movie, great horror movie. Even if you aren't super into horror like me, you'll thoroughly enjoy it because it's a great mystery. And fuck them kids. No, that's weird. No, fuck that old lady.
Find them kids. All right.
All right.
They snatching up your kids, climbing up your windows. But yeah, all right, guys. This has been another episode of 3 Hacks in a Movie. I've been Emilio.
I'm Bentley.
And I'm RJ.
All right, have a good night, y'all.